Just in case you guys have not gotten your fill of circus music yet, there's another little 30-second sample for you to make sure everyone's well and caught up. So last week on our Extinction Curse adventures, we made some progress. We made some solid, definable progress. We had a successful opening night in Escadar. We raised our curtain, we put on a show, and despite the Celestial Menagerie's best and most direct efforts to thwart our good times,
Pig fucking Gambison.
we succeeded. We made a new friend, and we stole a pink fucking Gambison. So, you know, everything's coming up, Millhouse. And furthermore, Selwyn, at the very least, came here with a bit of a secondary goal, further investigation, spurred on by her. I think we can, legally call it your patron at this point, largely.
Beneficiary.
Your demonic font of power?
My demonic friend of power.
Your demonic friend of power. All right, fair enough. But Tilby Shumpt, your succubus friend, did tell you that there were a lot more Trog activities happening on the Starstone Isles. They were somehow related to an ancient temple of Erodin you came to discover, known as Moonstone Hall. And we found where it was. It was hidden. It's been forgotten for millennia. But after some timely investigation and a very helpful disciple of a very ancient order, and Roll20 loading this map instead of just showing grainy garbage, there it goes, you made your way down a set of stairs into catacombs beneath the city of Escadar. And we've left off exactly right there. We have no idea what is before us here, what Moonstone Hall will hold. We know really very little about it, even its past purposes. But it's been abandoned, like I said, basically forever. Now, as you made your way down these wide carved steps, everyone would be at full health, realistically, because you would have had, this is another day
This
after your battles at the circus. And as a part of that resonant reflection, active use aside, the passive use is that it does massively multiply how fast you heal, even from natural means, overnight. You would descend far down beneath the restless streets of Escadar into an ancient monument to the past. And these stairways, this one stairwell rather, would wind down 100 feet below ground. What would be stories and stories and stories. What would be a towering pillar visible for dozens of miles were it this far above the city streets. And as you make your way down, Barkbeard out in the front, a glowing handprint from whoever had cast light on him. I don't remember specifically who had done the cantrip.
I think it was me.
Selwyn's light then leading the way. You would come to a dim, shaded chamber, an ancient chasm opening up before you, but rather than these stairs leading down to an abandoned cave, a dirt or a stone floor, it's ancient white cobblestones, even with their thousands of years of abandonment, still looking surprisingly regal, certainly not free from dust, but maintaining some of the pride that was put into their original construction. Still an impressive work. And what as we descend, before I hand it over to you guys real quick, what are we all doing as we head down these stairs?
Well, I'm a
Get
coward.
like
so
a
I'm
little shield.
You have a little shield?
I need to get like a little shield so that I can just go like bloop.
Oh, you just actually hold it in front of you on the camera? So Barkbeard has a strip of his own hide held up in front of him. Zinern?
I'm going to Roke's way and I'm sneaking.
Sticking to the sides here, playing to the edges of the light. How about you, Arbus?
I am keeping my eyes and my head on a swivel.
Zerg!
Zerg's getting antsy because he knows what's in here. He's pushing to the front, and he's ready for a fight. I'm looking for a fight.
Zerg has never wanted to find enemies more than this day. And,
he's getting like trying to keep calm, like trying to look calm. The inside is like, let's fucking go.
You and me both, buddy.
How about you, Ara?
Ara's gonna stay in front of Arbus, but keeping an eye out for any hidden dangers. He's on edge.
There's the two of you, the casters in the back, peer through the dim light as Barkbeard and Zerg clear the way ahead. You continue to proceed down into this chamber, where this area opens up pretty wide before you. Several pillars interspersed around to either side, some looking to be manufactured, some seemingly large natural columns. Impossible to tell if they'd formed before or after this area was created. Lay a pathway to an ancient temple. And I popped this up before, and I'll do it again because it's a pretty
Awesome.
fantastic picture they have here of the front of Moonstone Hall as you come forward. Sturdy doors, massive oaken panels reinforced with an ebony metal, guard the entrance to a truly massive structure of still gleaming white stone. It's overgrown. Vines, moss, and leaves winding their way across every possible surface, but underneath, the stone itself still shines almost with an inherent purity. Around these sides, a couple of the furthest pillars back are made of a similar white stone in various states of collapse, but supporting a cavernous ceiling arcing to 30 feet up above you. And from here, off to the sides of this temple, you can see majestic stained glass windows looking outward like eyeballs, many of them set, especially these two flanking the doorway itself, with paneled red and gold massive crenellated eyes.
Before we continue any far, Ara explains, "Oh, I know," and shouts out, "Lyra Castra," and casts Long Strider on himself as a second level spell.
Okay.
And get that out of here.
It gives you feet.
It gives me 8 hours of 10 extra movement. Makes me a zoomy boy.
As you move up here, you can see a little bit worked through the ceiling, a different sort of support structure, some wooden beams, some stone and cement foundations, all wrought together that don't seem to be part of the temple, but rather part of foundations of basements or other ancient buildings layered up above this way back when. It's far enough up underground that it's unlikely that any of those supports still connect to any buildings that are in use today, but you're not from Escadar and anything's possible. One of the temple doors ahead of you is set slightly ajar. They're certainly not locked. The massive set of doors aren't even closed properly. And Ara and Arbus, do you two want to give me some perception checks as you peer across the temple's exterior?
where I got a 20.
Got a 25.
A 20 and a 25. The two of you would certainly see that the opening to this temple, flanking the doors, are two kind of massive, curled, ornamental pillars, almost just waving outward from the wooden door frame itself. And spiked into the side of each of those, what appears to have been hammered in with great force and little care, are pretty hefty iron chains that lead back to something behind each of these flanking pillars. In addition, Ara, you can just barely in the darkness make out something peering at you from behind these pillars. It's low to the ground. It doesn't look to be anything like a trog, unless it was a trog like down on all fours. It looks more animalistic.
Hey, someone, Arbus, you see that? I point in the direction of it.
And with his pointing out, any of you would be able to see this as well.
What is that?
Well, I have no idea.
Arbus, you're good with animals.
Hello there. How are you today? Is that too much? I'm trying to be friendly.
Oh, it's good. You never know. Down in these parts, could be anything.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll run into a bucket of friends and we'll all have a party together and it'll be great.
That's a great idea. Yes. Hello, yes. A party. We're interested in a party.
As you're yelling out, calling across this chamber here, even as you step into the room a good 40, 50 back from the doors, your voice almost loses volume, echoing through this massive chamber.
But I'm also going to summon Frederick.
Okay. At this point, I feel like I should really just get a Frederick token that I can continue to just drag.
You need to make like a little white ball with a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendly chat.
Here's Frederick. And let me remake him again real quick. Frederick. And there you can have him. And there he puts out lights.
He's my 5th bestest friend.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, do you have control of it? But you do. Okay,
Yeah.
solid.
Yep. I'm going to shoot him forward.
As he flies up to illuminate the front of this temple here, whatever creatures there are shy back, almost away from the light, further tucking back behind this pair of pillars. Each of the pillars is fully connected to the door frame as they wind outward, almost like massive stone scrolls from the door, but from your view, clearly leaving a sizable area behind them for something to lurk.
Well, I guess we'd better start looking. I'm gonna kind of start walk forward and try and get a better look at the thingy.
Oh, it's dark.
I will go with him.
Was it on the north or south side?
Both.
Oh, both. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to this north side because that's the side that I'm on.
And as Barkbeard heads up here, Zerg, what are you doing? You following? You head to the door? You're muted. That's a thing that you're doing.
Bastard thing. Zerg's going to kind of wander towards the door, still keeping an eye out. Whatever it is not what he's looking to fight.
And as you all kind of move closer to look at this, on the southern end, you'd see one slither out first. A creature pretty low to the ground, but like an oversized lizard. The size of a massive dog, up probably 3-4 feet at the shoulder, with a fairly long tail and a thick ridge running down from the back of its skull all the way down its spine to the point of the tail. The thing has its long needle-like teeth bared as it comes around the corner, hissing. and it's very pale, almost white. It's not the coloration of this token. It looks like that, other than it's a differently colored thing. It's near pale white, like the stone itself. Even most of the color having faded from the ridge. As this one on the southern side kind of edges around a bit, almost creeping towards Zerg as his focus is on the door. On the northern end, as Barkbeard comes around, this one lashes out much more ferociously as it's moving, letting out a feral hiss as it jumps towards Barkbeard. And I'm gonna need us some initiative, friends.
Ooh. It's going at him.
Right out the gate.
We didn't expect to come down here to where the Trogs probably live and not fight a bunch of weird Trog parallel things, did you?
No, of course
Oh, they
not.
look super cool though.
They do look super
want
cool.
Vision, please, and a token.
You do not have vision on your token, question mark? You do not. Why your token no have vision?
Ah, there we go. Better.
I get you. I get you. Alrighty.
All right.
Let me remember, this is a pre-made thing. And I can click the button and do it automatically, probably.
So I was with Barkbeard, so I should be up there with him.
If you were following with him, yeah. I mean, if you want to move yourself around a little more as to where you would be when this starts. And as they come around, they're coming out to attack, but they're not particularly quick about it. But they are clearly pretty aggressive. They don't seem to be fast creatures at all. Arbus, though, you would be the first to react as they emerge.
Okay, well. Would I know what type of animal this is? Is it something unnatural or is it something natural?
You can use an action to recall knowledge.
Yeah, let's do that.
What is your nature modifier?
12.
12?
Yes.
A DC of that many? You would know that these creatures normally are entirely natural, though based on their incredibly pale coloration, this pair here have been underground for possibly the entirety of their lives and possibly even multiple generations. What's before you is a basilisk. And basilisks, while large, physically brutish creatures, don't really have their danger in their bite so much as their petrifying gaze. A look can turn you to stone. And it's at this point, I will mention a basic action that is available to everyone in 2nd edition that you can use one action to basically focus while you're fighting on not looking directly at the creature. And this gives you a +2 to any saving throws against any kind of visual or gaze effects.
Well, I will I will avert my gaze and call out to the party. Don't look directly at them. This is basilisk. I'm glad it leaves me one more. As I'm looking away from it, I'm gonna try to communicate with him. I mean, he already lashed out. I don't know if he's hostile, but still might try it anyway, I guess. And Mr. Basilisk, we don't mean you harm.
Oh my god, here we go again.
Please don't bite my tree
Basilisk,
friend.
no. Down Basilisk.
Yeah, basically.
Go ahead and give me a nature check to make an impression, or to a wild empathy, rather.
Okay. It's a 26.
This is the one you see coming at Barkbeard here?
Yes.
Okay. He does, as he comes around the corner, kind of slow a bit as you communicate with him. He does not, he sort of stops, not biting out as aggressively. Zerg.
I don't know if it's just where I'm sitting, but I can't see them at all.
You probably can, though.
I think it's just...
They are, you can certainly hear them around these pillars to your north and south.
Okay.
Like a
Well,
chicken
Zerg's
dude,
not
actually.
listening to anything other than the sounds of these things. As I'm gonna rush over that way. Bang! Oh, there it is. I see
Yeah, I
it.
mean, as you come around, if you wanted to move here, you could, you'd see
Yeah, I'll
it
do
as you
that.
came around the pillar.
So, following the sounds, huff, 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 and turns the corner to see this thing in his peripheral. Slides to a stop. Hey! Holy shit!
And it kind of stumbles, it quickly skitters back a bit, hissing, taking a more defensive posture as it comes around the corner. It's not advancing anymore.
Sort of stumble back, regain my balance, and instinctive right hook to the face. Not even thinking about it. 18.
With an 18, as you come around, this thing's pretty large and fairly low to the ground. You slam a fist into it and hit a pretty solid scaled hide. They're pretty bulky, and 18's not going to be enough to really deal any damage to it. That's not going to hit.
I'm still getting my balance back, so left hook. 27.
27, however, will absolutely connect. If that doesn't, may I suggest running?
12 bludgeoning damage with the left hook to the face.
You just box this basilisk here, snapping its head to the side with a solid strike. Selwyn.
Yes. Well, I'll shrug at Arbus once more. And I'll walk up. And I'll use Cirque's very large frame as a almost pivoting point for me to sneak past the enemy's defenses. And I'm
While
already
he's
gonna get some.
busy getting clapped.
Well, yeah, obviously.
He hit him with the left, so his head snapped the other direction away from you.
Yeah. For an 18 against his flat-footed.
18 against his flat-footed, still gonna kind of skitter across his scales. It's not gonna punch through.
And I'll attempt again. Once more feeling. For a hot 20.
Oh, well, that's definitely gonna do it. You got him on the second one.
For 28 damage.
All right, as you
Getting the jugular.
slip your sword in deep here.
Ooh, and I get a crit effect now.
Oh, you have critical specialization
I
now.
do.
What's your sword
Yeah,
sword's crit specialization?
Well, I had for a while. Let's see.
We get into big boy levels.
I think it's trip. I think it might be trip.
We'll grab that real quick while I grab this southern basilisk, because he's gonna come out around the corner and see everyone rushing up to the north.
It
and-
becomes flat-footed until the start of my next turn.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So he is flat-footed. As he comes out around here, hearing these voices and seeing these attacks, he sees Ara and Arabis before him. And as he comes around, he does not rush forward, he doesn't lunge, but he does narrow his gaze down towards Ara. I need you to make me a fortitude save, good sir.
23.
As he looks at you, you feel your body start to lock up. Your motions start to slow a bit. And just barely you're able to power through it. And that does bring us to your turn. But before that, real quick, Aravis, here, someday you will make a new animal friend. Surge 17, a hero point for your efforts.
Ah, thank you.
And also, here, Squid, use this to bite that animal puncher. Thank you, Zurich. Ara, go right on ahead.
I'm going to take a step and get between Arbus and the Basilisk and produce flame. Had to think for words. Words are
All right.
escaping me today.
Towards which one of them?
The southern one, the one that came after me,
Okay.
for a 30.
A 30 will solidly hit. Roll 20's doing the thing where their hit points bars are linked together because they're the same creature. That's okay. I can fix that real quick. Second one is not, in fact, half dead. And that is going to hit. Take 14 points of fire damage. And that brings us to Barkbeard. And as it comes around to you, as the Southern Basilisk is kind of following Ara with his gaze as he walks over, as you go to move, he quickly glances your direction. I'm going to need you to make me a fortitude save.
Okie dokie. Oof. I'm going to re-roll that natural one.
You don't want a natural one?
Not.
You don't want a natural one on the Petrifying Basilisk?
I do not. I would rather have a natural 20.
That is such a thing.
Upgrades.
Pick it up, turn it over. You don't even notice. Nothing, no effect on you whatsoever. Go ahead.
So I am going to move right up to him. Sink my roots and try and get a good stance even in between all these stones, and then I will kind of look back at Ara I'm gonna avert my gaze but kind of just watch what the other party members are doing.
Okay. So I'll go ahead. Remembering if you're averting your gaze that you do, it does confer a +2. I'm not gonna track down on your tokens.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Northern Basilisk, as Zerg and Selwyn strike at it, Selwyn bearing a blade deep, is going to kind of scrabble, twist his head around as he recovers from this strike, and look directly into Selwyn's eyes. Make me a fortitude save.
Will do, Chief. Will do. Don't look directly into my eyes. My eyes are reserved for mother only. I will session reroll the 16.
Sounds good.
23.
23, similar to Ara, as you meet its gaze, you feel your body kind of slowing down. It's no numbness. It's not like your muscles really locking. Almost just as if your very actions are just like you're covered in molasses. Like time is almost dilating. But you force through it barely, as he snaps forward with his jaws, biting towards you for a 31.
Ooh, ouch. Well, it hits me. I get touched.
And while it may not be the main threat, his fangs are still fairly long and the creature's quite strong, as he bites you for 15 points of piercing damage.
And I will say, ow. Please don't. Do not hurt me. Don't touch me.
All right,
Don't even
Artemis.
speak to me. Don't look at me.
You sense that any hope of salvaging this situation may have been lost.
Yeah, it might have been, and still thinking that I had a chance. But once it bites Selwyn, then yeah, it's.
And has been run through with a sword. I think is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sark did it first. I mean, the punch probably.
He's been punched. He's been stabbed. I mean, it's not. He's probably not backing down now.
Yeah, it's not looking good for any of us right now, and I'm going to continue to revert my gaze. Is that every round I gotta?
It is
do that?
basically you get 2 actions because about a third of your effort is focusing on trying to fight effectively without looking directly at the creature. So yeah, it's an action every round you want to keep averting.
So I'll kind of keep my eyes averted and just sort of hold my hand out and try to electric arc lightning out my fingertips at him. The one
Alright,
that bit Selwyn.
Okay. And it needs to make a reflex save. And it's
DC 22.
It's not particularly quick, but there's so much in the way it's going to kind of aid it here. It's going to get a 27.
Yeah. Dodges most of it.
Still taking 5 points of electricity damage, though. And Zerg, as we come to you, as this basilisk bites its Selwyn and pulls its head back, it quickly throws a glance up towards you as you almost assuredly ready to swing again. Need a fortitude save from you as well.
32.
Nothing. Absolutely
Jeez.
nothing.
It's because Zerg's not really looking. He's just blind. Like, not thinking, not looking. Just, it's old muscle memory at this point. It's a swing. It's a punch. It's no different to any other day. So here comes a right fucking elbow down to the top of the head. 19.
19 is he's pulled away, biting at Selwyn, gonna glance across him.
Well, then I'll follow it up with an uppercut.
Doesn't hit on foot footage.
It does not have
29.
I use stealth fighter.
Okay, okay.
29 almost critically hits him. Gonna catch him real solidly under the jaw.
For an 11 bludgeoning as a big green zergy fist meets
You
the
rolled
bottom of
two
his
4s
jaw.
on d4s for the first punch and a 4 and a 3 for the second punch. You've rolled 4, 4, 4, 3 on your damage d4s so far.
Zerg is
Punched
powerful.
the
What do you
hell
mean?
out of this thing.
Zerg also fucks.
Zerg
I don't know why you're
also
surprised.
fucks.
That's a
Line
t-shirt
and
opportunity
catchphrase.
right there.
Yeah.
All right, one action left.
And I'm going to attempt to grapple. And hold.
At
in
a
place.
-10,
At a -10?
because it's your third attack.
12.
As you reach down, and it's kind of turning its attention back your way after landing a solid bite, you try to grab it, and it just muscles out, just overpowering you, knocking you down as you critically fail. Bringing us
Critically
back
fail?
to the, because it's a 12.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to session reroll that then.
Oh, okay.
How's that? 20. To grapple.
20 does not critically fail. Does not succeed either, but it does
That's
not
fine.
critically fail. So you're trying to grab a hold of him, but he's like a kind of fairly
boy.
smooth, scaly creature. Even the skin of his scales almost like flat leather, and it's almost impossible to get any kind of a grip on him here. So, Selwyn, before we
Right.
hop over to you, Bucks 345. Dropping a hero point, no dying to fortitude save Zindern, not allowed. You gotta have at
thank
least
you.
one.
Thank you. I need it. By the gods, Lawrence, I fear it. And, I mean, his attention turned back to Zerg, and that might just have been the greatest mistake he could ever make, because he's not having his attention to me. And I'm slipping into his weak points left and right. For it's 25 and 14 damage.
25 will hit. You connect another 14 damage, nearly cutting him down with 2 massive cuts open now, but not quite enough to end him.
And I'll hit him with a critical. I got a slash from the side, slash from the top, and then I'll do the stab. For 23.
And a 23 will, in fact, put him down. Finishing
Running
off
through.
the first of the basilisks here.
And, well, I'll use my last action to avert my gaze, because I don't want to get stoned just in case.
And meanwhile, this other basilisk seems to be very much focused in on Barkbeard here. And as you move up and root yourself, still looking away, hissing. You can feel him staring directly into you. I'm still gonna need a fortitude save, but you do get a +2.
Okay. Perfect. So 23.
With a 23, the avert made the difference. 21 would have failed.
It did, it did.
But a 23 does succeed. Allowing
It's
you
hard to like
kind
resist the urge to look at him since I'm right next to him.
And it seems even without direct eye contact, just his vision on you can feel slowing as you root yourself, making it almost more difficult to avoid. But it's hard. It's a lot harder to solidify something that's already solid wood. His jaws are going to snap out towards you with a 27.
And that'll hit.
All right, so you're able to avoid the petrification, but not so much the 8 piercing damage from the jaws.
Okay.
And Ara, as we come back to you here, this basilisk, his jaws up on Barkbeard, his eyes glance up to meet yours. Give me a fortitude save.
27. You didn't hear me say, but I said please stop.
While he may not be stopping, a 27 will be enough that it doesn't have any real effect on you.
Well, I'm going to. Frederick whiffed out, by the way. I didn't sustain the spell.
Okay.
Um,
Make it suddenly a lot darker on the northern side of the cave.
oh, and look at there. And we're just gonna produce some fire on him. 14.
On a 14, well, you're trying not to look at him. It makes it kind of a little harder to aim the fire. 14
And-
is certainly not going to land.
We're gonna try an elemental toss on too as a single action.
All right.
With a -5, so 25 to hit.
25, however, will absolutely land.
Or 25 damage.
Jeez.
Holy crap, that does a lot of damage now. Okay, Elemental Toss got pretty chunky. That's good. Oh no, my desktop minimized. There we go. With 20 points of fire damage, a solid hit there. The basilisk is starting to pretty clearly look a bit weakened. Barkbeard.
Please stop.
I'm going to just wrap tendrils, just vines around him, and I'm going to try and grab him with a 24.
A 24 is just exactly enough for you to grab hold of him.
Okay, so I grab it and just the vines just constrict for 4 damage, and I'll just, as a spin, try and throw him. Let me see if this works first. So it's this minus 5. Ah, that was great. This is critical. So I'm going to grab him and spin and just throw him as hard as I can, which is about 30 feet. 30 feet, he takes 3d6 damage, and then lands prone.
As you spin him around, he takes how much? 36 damage?
3d6.
Which is it not that 14 that you rolled? Does it have your
14.
strength modifier into it?
Oh no, it's no, yeah, that's right. It's 3d6 plus 4, so that's right.
So yeah, so 14, so 28. 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
I don't think the bludgeoning damage gets doubled. I think he just lands prone.
Okay.
For the critical.
Fair enough. So 14 points of bludgeoning damage. As you throw him, spin. You see Barkbeard pick up this lizard that is larger than him. He's medium-sized. Wrap his wrist around, literally spin him around and pinch him across the cave wall. 14 damage slamming into the southern wall and landing prone. Do you have any actions left?
I have 2 actions left. Because
That's
that
part
is
of
a
your
flurry
grab?
of maneuvers. That is a flurry of maneuvers. So I am going to shield up and avert my gaze.
Holy shit. Arvis.
Yeah, monks go hard, dude.
Monks go hard.
Okay, I am going to keep my gaze averted. I'm gonna walk up next to Barkbeard, not looking at him, and just say to everybody, "It's over. He is beaten." And I'll kind of direct towards the basilisk. There's no need for you to die here. Leave now. And that's.
Maybe an empathy check with your nature.
Okay. Yeah, 19.
So the 19 as he falls into the wall here. This is the first time anyone would really come a distance from that pillar. You notice that the chain tacked into the southern side of this post is attached to a collar around this basilisk as the chain rattles out across the floor as this basilisk goes flying. So he has a pretty long chain, and he doesn't seem terribly interested in anything other than, well, stopping you at this point. Zerg.
Does the defeated basilisk in front of me also have a chain?
It does, yes. As you look down, you're kind of in the dim light here at the edge of the darkness. It also has a collar with a hefty iron chain mounted to it. A large, well, must be a 40, 50-foot length of it coiled up behind this pillar before the other end's tacked up almost directly above him at that python that's been hammered into the pillar itself.
Is this the kind of thing that I could remove and...
It's on a
take?
collar,
I mean,
so yeah, you could certainly just take the collar off easily. You have to get the python out of the wall would be a little bit of a bigger effort.
Okay.
You could
Screw
definitely
that.
do it.
I'm just thinking about the possibility of Zerg whipping around a chain for some reason. But the Zerg way is the smash way, and the smash will happen. So, what's the length there? That's a
That
big
looks
run.
like it's about exactly sudden charge distance to me.
I think that is exactly sudden charge distance, actually. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sudden charge. I'm gonna bash the fucker in the head.
All right, so do you have low light vision?
I believe I do as a half orc.
I believe you do as a half orc. I'm just checking. Because if
I
you
don't
do,
know for sure.
go ahead and roll the attack, and I'll look real quick.
It's a 22 on the attack roll.
22, and he is very much prone, so it is absolutely going to land. You do have low light vision, so you don't need to worry about kind of being out in the dim light. It's actually no dimmer than the bright torchlight to you. That lands.
With a 9.
All right, 9 points of
As I
damage. You
come
got
running and... Hey?
1 action left still, right?
Oh, 1 action left? And it's prone, so I'm going to boot it in the goddamn head. With a 12.
They're too excited.
I reel my foot back, go to kick, whiff it entirely, and spin around on the spot. Whoa!
Selwyn, a lot of off-balance Zerg today. The floor's very slippery.
He's very excited.
We'll sprint down. I'll do like a front flip as I come stabbing down with one of my swords.
Okay.
Go for the style points, right? Mother. Too much style.
That's what you get.
I do. I fall my. Can I fall prone, please?
Fall on your
Absolutely.
face.
I will not in any way going to contest you falling prone.
And I'd like to like slide 5 feet further, like.
Look behind you. Arish is holding a
Gravel.
sign that says 2.
And this basilisk quickly writhes up to his feet as you come sliding in, tripping across his chain, perhaps, and getting tangled up in the massive iron links. And as he scrambles to his feet, seeing a prone target next to him, he's gonna go to bite you.
What the hell? That wasn't part of the plan.
This jaw's gonna come down for a 32.
Uh-oh. That is, since I'm on the ground, I'm getting crit.
And as he takes full advantage of the situation to bite down, you're going to take 27 points of piercing damage. As this thing is still very large, brutish, and powerful. As he tears at you, turning to a Zerg whirling around, biting out like the cornered animal that he literally is. He's going to attempt to bite Zerg as well for a 16.
You know, the bite doesn't hurt as much as the shame.
Yeah, no dice on that bite. I step out of the way of that.
All right, Ara.
Okay. He could sell one.
Someone slides down, he just rakes his teeth across her. She does.
We're gonna step up
Gonna spit out gravel.
and just throw a little warming touch his way with produce flame.
Give him a little spice.
A warming
The
touch.
27 to hit,
That'll land for sure.
as the embers from my last attack on him catch again on him and does 13 points of fire damage.
And with that, how do you end this basilisk, good sir?
Well, like I said, the embers, he still has some fire on him from the elemental toss. And as I go to produce flames, it doesn't actually come from me. I just intensify the fire, cooking him alive. And he just collapses to the ground.
Certainly no more motion left in him after that as his jaws stop snapping and the hissing turns to a brief whine as he's burned before his scales and the flesh below that catches into a smoldering heap in the corner here.
I'm gonna lower my shield and look at literally the whole party in front of me. Be like, well, you know, I guess I'll just stay in the back here.
You're doing a good job, Barkbeard.
Thank you. Good job,
I walk
guys. Good
over
job,
and-
team.
Help someone stand back up.
I will not accept any help. I'll just slider. Just leave me behind.
Let me see your chin. You took a mighty spill right there, so.
No, just leave me behind.
No, let me look.
Sir.
It looks like it hurts.
Oh, nothing hurts as much as the agony of the humiliation. I'm a moron. I'm a fraud.
Zerg. Hey, Zerg.
What? Sorry, I was distracted, yes?
What do you think it tastes like?
It tastes like gravel.
Glance to Ara. Glance to it. Ara. It. Ara. Smile. There's only one way to know for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab the nearest hunk of meat and take a bite. Just ripping it off, by the way. I'm
Why are you
assuming I
eating
don't
it
get a
raw,
roll for
you
that.
animal?
Yeah, he's right in
It
front
was-
of you. You can reach down and with some, I mean, just ripping a leg off of a sturdy scaled
actually-
animal is relatively challenging. So I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but it would certainly take some amount of effort with some snapping and
and
ripping for you to wrench this free.
I'll hold this freshly ripped hunk towards Ara for a bowl of fire. Cook it for me, will you? I don't want to get sick again.
We've done this before. I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna cast produce flame on it.
And just a
Is that
quick
what-
blast of flame that is nothing more than maybe sear the outside of the flesh.
Beautiful, and I'll take a bite.
And
Thank you.
seeing that even making a stupid move like that, I'm not the dumbest person in the party. I stand out renewed with vigor.
See, Solomon.
I pat someone on the back.
No pats. Not today.
It's surprisingly hearty, thick meat. It's not really stringy or gamey, and though it is a time-honored trope as old as written history itself, it exists for a reason. It does, for the most part, taste like chicken.
It tastes like chicken. It's amazing. You should try some.
I just pulls out a little book and writes down "tastes like chicken." Got it.
Much firmer, thicker chicken, but it is only technically cooked, so...
Zerg's gonna just grab another piece and pants it. Could get
I like how
hungry later,
pancit
you
is
know.
now a thing.
Of course. What else is he gonna carry his meat? He's got a leotard on.
I've also got my.
He's got a leotard and a bandolier. Yeah.
But I don't want to put meat
Bandoleer's-
in my bandolier because then it'll get all meaty, and that's where I put my things. You know?
Yeah, the bandoleer's got your like first aid supplies. You don't want to get the fresh basilisk blood all over your gauze.
Yeah,
And
much better
caltrops.
inside your
I
pants.
still have caltrops.
Yeah.
And caltrops.
In your pants is, I mean,
Yeah, way-
already
way
like that
better.
anyways.
A lot more convenient down there.
Sark, I have an idea.
Yes.
We could cook the entire thing.
I've already put this in here. Is it okay?
No. See, we have a small pocket dimension at our fingertips. A bag of holding, if you will. We could have as much meat as we need.
You want to put
At
a
any
bloody
time.
basilisk in your bag of holding?
I would like to put a bloody cooked basilisk in my bag of holding. Cook all of it.
Cooking an entire basilisk, like even with what
magical
Aura had,
flame.
it's certainly gonna take some time. Like that's
Well, I mean, I need to be treated, so we have at least
yeah,
some.
produce flame is a cantrip. It is less effective at cooking than like a regular campfire.
That's no way to think about it.
Yeah, that seems extremely wrong.
You do whatever you want. I've got my share. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, well, that's fine. Okay.
So as you're standing here, you can see there's a set of 3 of these windows. I mean, to be fair, the basilisk is still actively smoldering, so it is slowly cooking to some extent on the ground here. You can see there's a trio of these stained glass windows on the southern side here. The northernmost one is completely broken. It's been shattered, and remnants of its red and gold glass are strewn across the ground. The second window and the third window still wholly intact. The second appears to depict a man with a almost pointed black goatee leading to a wrapped series, almost much like a dwarven style, but shorter and more well-kempt, and smooth, long, black hair in a very similar fashion. A man wearing a green and gold helmet of a very strange esoteric style that doesn't really match anything any of you would immediately recognize unless without like a society. Did anyone train at society? I had to ask this party if anybody.
You always ask me this, and I'm always trained.
I'm trained in society as well.
So you would recognize it as certainly being a very ancient style of equipment, and a similarly colored green and gold buttoned vest leading down to almost a full-bodied robe that's just open, exposing much of the man's bare chest and a set of gold necklaces. The third window itself almost looks like a simpler holy symbol of Iomade, a golden sword pointed down with a very simply crafted Hilton guard. Through this smashed window, you can see in to the antechamber of Moonstone Hall itself, where on the opposite side, almost straight across from where you are, still firelight flickers in a sconce mounted up on a pillar in a back chamber. The light itself, even the flame, too, is golden, clearly unnatural fire.
Well, and there's nothing else in this room, this cave room up front?
Peering around it, no, it doesn't appear to have anything else of interest in it. It seems to simply be an entryway along a banded exterior to this ancient temple.
Well,
if you're heading up to the window to peer in here as Selwyn's settling down and Arabis is pulling out her medicine kitten to try to tend to her hair. As you look inside the window, you can see this massive domed entry chamber. The ground, an enormous circular symbol of a brown eye with wings emerging in lieu of eyelashes and beams of golden light radiating out underneath. A symbol that you, without any kind of check, would be able to recognize as the holy symbol of Erodin. And inside, the alabaster walls of this atrium are marred. They are covered, as far as you can see, with very, very crude paintings of humanoid stick figures, some with almost bat-like wings or horns, and strange profane symbols that have been drawn across the walls in a mixture of charcoal and blood. Where they came from is no mystery, as a pair of Zolgaths, Trogs, are actively finger painting on the back wall, seemingly completely unaware of the battle that had just taken place.
Does Zerg see this?
Only Barkbeard does it.
Slowly back away. How's the medicine going over here?
Pretty deep bite, but I think I can fix this, Selwyn. Do not worry.
I know you've been nothing but a brilliant physician ever since we got to the circus.
Yeah. That's what I do.
If there's one thing I have faith in, it's your ability to heal.
You're going to make me blush, Selwyn, please.
Nice.
I'm going to keep my head on a swivel a little bit, but I'm like, yes. Look at like my arm where a watch would be, even though probably not a thing.
Look at the group. Look at the Trogs. Look at
Your
the group.
sundial.
Yeah, my sundial. Look at my sundial.
I'm like really slowly.
Which way is north from here?
I bet he would have a sundial. Stupid.
Yes, Arbus. Yeah. Does it really have to be so precise? Can you just not like put some, little? Okay, I'm not trying to rush you or anything, but we should probably think about
Cannot
other
rush
things.
perfection. This is Selwyn. I got to make do. She likes little scars. I don't want big scars.
It is true. I do like little scars, and I don't like big scars.
There may or may not be, we may not have company. May or may not have company very soon. So maybe the faster this happens, the faster it'll go. Yes, maybe start sewing faster.
All right, so what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just company is, there's company in the next room over.
Oh, the Stormlord is always with us. Yes.
I produce
Yeah.
flame on the basilisk.
Not
Why?
quite
Sure,
as
keep
regal
bonfire.
as the... Although, I guess if they haven't seen us by now, I guess I shouldn't be that worried.
Zerg is blankly staring at Barkbeard. No emotion, no thought behind the eyes, just staring.
Oh, that's no fair. That's his default position.
Right. Well, I'm gonna turn around and raise my shield, and I'll just stand there. With my shield raised. Not
Shield
to
raised
worry,
towards the
guys.
broken window. Don't worry. Nothing's wrong.
Are you scared of window?
Zerg, from the angle that you're at here,
Oh no. Oh no.
you exactly are in the position that if you are to look at this
Where
window,
Barkbeard is
the
looking.
broken window, it perfectly frames two Trogs fingerprinting on the back wall. That said, you'd have to kind of look up and look through it because they are almost 100 feet away from you. They're pretty distant, but they're right next to the sconce in the atrium. So they're like lit by a golden light from on high, framed against the wall perfectly through the broken window. So I'll
And
leave it
Barkbeard
up to
is
you whether or
exactly
not
kind
you
of-
notice them. They are not at all hidden, but
I
Well,
feel like. Sorry, go on.
still staring at Barkbeard, looking at the window. Barkbeard, window. Why you not like window? It's very nice. You like me and have no shoes. You do not want to walk through broken glasses, many glasses.
Yes, well, that could be a reason. Yes, that could be a reason. How's it going, Arbus? You know, I feel like I just asked you this like 5 seconds ago, but
It was like a minute and 30 seconds ago, yes. I am still stitching up the wounds, Mr. Barkbeard.
Is Mister even right?
Alrighty.
Zerg
I
take a
mean,
step towards the window.
Depends what year it is, actually.
Uh-oh.
Well,
No, I don't want to know. Leave me in the dark.
Okay, yes.
Let it be a mystery.
Not to worry. Perfect. I will
you
just
see,
erase
as
my
you tip back
shield
towards the
here.
window, Barkbeard, Zerg is just kind of making his way over.
I was kind of hoping no one would notice Zerg slowly creeping towards the window.
You're walking. Barkbeard is staring at the window, and by about there, he definitely see you moving in front of him.
Start
And I look,
what you doing?
I look, Zerg, the Trogs, Zerg, the Trogs, Zerg, the Trogs.
Hasn't noticed him yet.
So you're stepping up here where there are a bunch of shards of this broken glass, fairly large chunks, where it appears that this window was originally bashed outward, as the smaller chunks that would be nearer to the center of this break are actually all scattered right outside, whereas a bunch of larger chunks seem to have swung inward and scattered across the ground just inside. At this point, Arbus is really just getting started, trying to set some of Selwyn's wounds here, starting cleaning them up, preparing to even begin wrapping them.
Zerg's inspecting the window, looking straight through it, but not really looking, just...
Like the frame? Like
And he
Yeah,
stands
like just the
here now.
broken bits.
Now perfectly framed in the broken window where either of these Trogs turn around, they clearly look to be very absorbed in their finger painting. They look like they're taking their business very seriously. They're just incredibly bad at it. It's not like they're terribly drawn stick figures from a lack of effort. It's just a lack of aptitude, really.
Zerg, looking through the window now, like actually looking in the room. Turns around to Barkbeard. About to say something, stops. Turns around again. And is going to run into the room.
Oh no!
And as Zerg literally dives through this window into the chamber here, as Arabis is really getting ready to start with a great cacophony as he crashes through what's left of the frame of this window into the chamber. That finally gets the Trog's attention as the two of them, both towards each other, just crane over their shoulders to look. Whatever blood they're painting with still on their fingers. And as you come in the room here, you can see that between the two of them on the ground is what appears to be a dead dog that's been torn open. Its blood dribbled across the bottom of the wall and splattered all around from where they've wished their hands around in it to get their painting supplies. The two of them are quick to panic, scrambling, reaching for their knives as Zerg charges across the room at them. And that, I think, is the point at which I would need
Let's
some
go.
initiative.
Boop, boop.
Shit, someone.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I rolled perception on initiative.
You
Goofies.
fool!
Fool.
It's the
Man,
same
one of the
thing,
classic
isn't
You're a
blunders.
fool.
it? Here, I'll redo it. Make sure.
Oh, does it not work?
And
if I
that's
use
what you.
someone else's.
Wow.
Ah, there we go.
Karma gives you a nat 20.
I'm stupid. The world rewards me for it.
Let me make sure
Idiot
this
savant.
did give me both of these. Okay, it did. So, Ara and Selwyn, as you are not currently in the business of trying to climb through a broken window, there's really nothing better to be looking at would be the first to react. Zerg smashing through here, and your gaze follows his to these two trogs on the far side of this massive atrium. Ara or Selwyn, who wants to
wait.
go first? Because you did tie.
Is it based on anything? Is it, or
It's
is
based on who wants to go first.
Ah, well, alright, go ahead. Live your best life.
Live your best life, he says.
You just don't deserve it. Just saying.
Holy shit, dude.
What?
The role, not his best life. I wasn't that savage.
Wow. I'll just leave. Start walking away. Hey, Zerg, what are we doing? Oh, I'm gonna just walk in.
So
And-
this broken window here, it's going to take you basically an action to climb through it. There's no kind of a check or anything, but the bottom of the window is a couple feet off of the ground, so you're going to have to, especially you being small, have to clamber through. So if you want to do that, it'd be 1 to walk up to it, and then 1 to climb through it. Or you
Bad.
can, if you're from right outside it, if you want to cast something, you can stay into the room perfectly fine. It's a huge broken window.
Well, even if the map is giving me trouble because it's so awkward on my computer screen. You know what? I'm going to, with my last 2 actions, whatever the double the range or add range to my reach spell. Thank you, Barkbeard.
We got there.
Words are hard today. Reach spell, elemental toss, at the closest one to me
All right.
because they're within 50. For 26,
Hey, 26 definitely going to hit him.
for 17 fire damage.
And that's going to be a fairly solid hit. And in a twist that may surprise you, these trogs don't appear to be particularly powerful or high ranking. As this fireball sears past Zerg, colliding with this guy as he scrambles for his weapons here, it's almost enough to take him out of commission immediately. Certainly knocking him back into the wall just in the force of the flame alone. Selwyn.
I'll look up at Arabis. I think you're gonna have to speed it up, either with magic or with, your quick hands. Anyway, and I would like to ask, can I dive bomb through the window? Could I make an acrobatics like?
I will let you do an acrobatics check, but the window's gonna cut you if you critically fail.
Okay. Well, I hold.
Okay. Just gonna wait on that one. Zerg Batsky.
Yes. Zerg is running. Zerg is angry. Zerg not happy. He's gonna sudden charge
Easy
right up to the
sudden
thing.
charge.
Arm outstretched as he's running. So my melee attack, instead of a punch, is to push its head into the wall.
Ooh.
Smush.
Oh.
Using the momentum of my run to do that.
Okay.
With 33.
33 is going to critically hit.
Oh no. Oh no. No, the force today.
Ooh, and the max damage!
He hates
Is that a
frogs.
24 bludgeoning damage?
Hatred trogs.
What do you do to this man, good sir? That is
Again.
over double his remaining health.
The momentum of Zerg's entire body running through this room at full strength. Hand meets head, head meets wall, hand meets wall, no more head.
And you
Everywhere.
outright crush this Trog skull, spraying what was once inside his head across what they'd been working so hard on here, now marred with a massive splatter of their own blood obscuring whatever it was that they had most recently been working on. It's still leaving you with an action.
And with my freshly bloodied hand, fist meet face of remaining Trog. 24.
24 is absolutely going to connect.
With an 8 bludgeoning to the face with a bloody fist.
Alrighty. Only so much momentum left after slamming into that guy. So, yeah, that dude is super dead and does not have a turn anymore. Arvis.
I am still working on Selwyn. I'm gonna like turn her head back forward so I can continue working on the back.
It has to be immediate or I'm leaving. I'm just telling you now.
And I'm just gonna lean down into her ear and I'm gonna say, "Don't move now, darling. I don't want to nick a vein." And I'm just gonna continue working on her.
Vaguely threatening.
All right, I'm taking my turn. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Someone runs as fast as possible.
I'm gonna dive bomb through this window.
Give me that acrobatics check.
Yep.
Or as a springboard.
He is a springboard.
I am a springboard.
I just want to get out. I just want to get away. 21.
21 will get you in that first action through the window.
All right. And I'll use the rest of my movement and me being creeped the fuck out to get up to here and do a stab. Or do I?
Well, it'll be that first
okay.
movement
One
ended
action.
through the window.
Okay.
You didn't have to take an extra to get through.
Right. Yes. I'll run up to here, lower my mask, and have a look at this truck. This poor little shit is about to meet its end.
I mean,
25.
That critically succeeds. Understandably is frightened too. After Zerk just ran up and painted the walls with the entirety of his friend's brain. Barkbeard.
So, since I'm standing right next to Selwyn and I was standing right next to Selwyn and Arbus, would I have been able to hear that exchange?
Yeah. I mean, was it like whisper? Was it super subtle, Arbus?
I mean, I was just leaning in his ear. I wasn't trying to whisper or anything. I just said it in his ear.
So Barkbeard's eyes would glance at Arbus and glint, and like this almost sardonic grin, like almost triumphant, as he turns away and kind of grows, and just like a almost feral grin, as I would run up and then start climbing through the window. So one action, get
one more action, yes.
And then I've got another, 35
left.
feet. So how far is 35 feet here?
I got you.
Okay, so like there. All right, so I'll just go over to the middle here. I'll just go over to the middle, and that's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty. This other trunk, he is going to immediately stop going for his weapon, and then just in a panic, he's going to step back away from Zerg. No
Giving
idea.
Zerg an attack of opportunity.
Step. I didn't know you had that. He just stepped out of sheer terror. Step doesn't provoke, though. He did the not. I didn't know you. No, step specifically doesn't. He only gets to move 5 feet. He just. I didn't think you had that. I was doing it out of fear that you had it. So it actually was just happened to work out for him.
That's a new thing that Zerg has.
Yeah.
Neither I nor he was aware, but it worked out this time. He was too afraid to take the risk.
Damn.
And he is going to immediately start calling out in an undercommon, what Selwyn you would recognize as a name. Lakers! Lakers! Help, Lakers! To take off, running down this this hallway here. to a doorway, in such a sheer panic, just fumbling at the doorknob, turning and watching towards the party as he struggles to get it open. And as he runs away in a complete panic, not really managing to accomplish much of anything here as he tries to flee desperately. In a brief shimmer of light and energy, a creature winks into existence almost instantaneously next to Selwyn.
What the heck?
This is certainly not a Trog. It appears to be some kind of fiendish demon or devil, perhaps. His skin not only blood red, but him seeming to be coated in a layer of liquid running blood that sheets off of him in sprays and drizzles as he wheels around a long spear above his head. As he
I recognize
spins
you.
that up above him, almost as to distract, he bites down with his maw towards Selwyn, who happens to be the closest person to where he was. I'm sorry. And he's gonna bite at Selwyn for a 34.
Well, I guess I'm just getting crit today.
As his jaws close on you, you're going to take 30 points of damage.
Nice. Great. Awesome.
It does not take you down, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't know.
What? You tanky.
What is your alignment?
Uh-oh.
Can I whisper it?
Yes, you may whisper it to me.
I don't like that answer either. Shit.
Keep your secrets.
It's fine.
Okay. Then you are also going to take... Whoo! Die faces have ones on them. 1 point of evil damage. Aura. In the doorway, you see this thing appear.
That's terrifying. I'm going to use an action to step in and then use incant words again to cast a 3rd level heal on Selwyn as a 2-action thing.
Save me. Save me.
Did I do the thing or did I not do the thing?
I hope you did the thing.
Is that the thing? Yes, I did the
yeah.
thing.
I hope
looks
you didn't do
like the
36 damage to me.
It's 36 healing.
I'd be pissed.
36 points of heal.
As you cast his spell and Selwyn heals from this grievous blow here, the thing, as it bites down, its long spear twirling overhead, it rips back. Impossible to tell what blood is just running off of the skin of this beast and what has just been torn forth from Selwyn. But as this heel hits it, the creature staggers, throwing a hand, its free hand up to its head, crying out in like guttural pain. And it is going to take 18 points of mental damage.
Holy shit. That's cool.
It wasn't that bad.
Zerg.
Selwyn.
So I have a feat, I think, called No Escape. That Trog running away. How does that work? It says you keep pace with the retreating foe. Stride up to your speed, following the foe and keeping it in reach throughout its movement. Did I follow it? If using that?
That is a reaction. So yeah, it's brand new. So I'll let you have this for sure. You actually just straight up do that during his turn as he's moving. So
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you would just.
No wonder he's so frightened.
If you wanted to flee, that's why kicking the door open. and you would actually be starting your turn adjacent to him because you went with him.
Oh, okay, right.
Because yeah,
I'll
as a
remember that the next
reaction, you follow if they try to leave.
Okay, cool. And I'm right next to the guy, so I'm gonna go for what would I do if I followed the guy? Shoulder barge. As I followed him, if I've hit where
He's not running very effectively,
there.
so you're more like just
Barreling
Michael
right behind
Myers
him.
walking after him as he runs.
Oh, you know what's better then? I am just gonna just square punch him in the face. The 31.
That critically hits.
Oh no! Zerg is out of control today.
Somebody stop this man.
Nobody stop this man.
He's getting away with it.
I hope he keeps getting away with it.
Oh, what do you do to him? How do you end him?
Again, Michael Myers strolled up behind him as he's attempted to run away. He's turned around to see if I'm there, to immediately be greeted with green knuckles flying directly into his face, which sends him flying back across the room, neck broken off.
His head
head
almost
just
spins
snaps
off.
back.
Yeah, he just collapses onto the tile there. You still have 2 actions.
2 actions?
Yeah, you just punched him.
Sudden
That's one
charge
action.
is. Oh, I don't need a sudden charge. I could just walk on over here.
One punch.
And I'm feeling punchy today. Let's go. 22.
22, even as this thing reels as you swing at it, it doesn't even so much dodge as reality almost seems to flicker around it, just placing it barely out of the way of your strike. 22 is going to miss.
Damn.
Arbus.
Start rubbing my eyes and look around. Zalline. Let's look at see Aura stand in the window and probably.
I left her being creepy.
I assume that they went that direction, so I'm going to use all of my movement to try to catch up. So 3. Oh wait, maybe not all of it. I don't know how far that is. There's 1, 2. That's good.
Well, 1 to the window, 2 through the window.
2 through the window. Okay.
Yeah, getting through the window is an action.
And seeing that with 1 action left, I'm gonna put my shield up because that's a big scary demon.
Oh shit.
Oops.
Selwyn.
I see Arbus come in. It's like I visibly get more uncomfortable. Alas, there's an enemy creature in front of me. One of us defeated. And now, my friend Sarkbatsky here is gaining his attention. Even if he didn't succeed at hitting him, it's still enough for me. It's all I need.
He actually seems to be way more focused towards Aura.
That's all good. 28.
Still,
on
though,
flat-footed.
28's absolutely going to connect with his flat-footed.
And
as you hit, he takes 18 damage. And as you cut through him, he seems to be almost as much just liquid blood congealed into the shape of a humanoid creature that you can clearly see bones and his ribs almost exposed as blood flows across them, covering nothing, and the muscles in his arms as he swings and moves. The bottom half of his torso seeming to be connected by a spine and sinews. Cutting through this is almost like a bubble, and a spray of blood jets out at you as a result. Make me a reflex save.
ugh. What a disgusting creature.
Reminds me of Zerg.
34.
With a 34, actually, that
Lightning
succeeds. Does not critically succeed. You're able to dodge out of the way of most of this, but what does hit you, this blood splashes across you and burns like an acid. You're going to take 2 points of acid damage.
Ow. And Hero's doing so well. Well, you know what they say? If at first you succeed, keep succeeding. Just live your best life.
Just win.
And I'll keep going for that cut. The spray has already been, the spray of blood already came. So I'm going to keep going for that one spot.
You can't
I know where the
possibly-
bloodstream's coming from.
He's only got so much blood.
Yeah. A 19. It's not
19,
particularly great.
certainly not going to connect now.
And I'm going to cast my most powerful spell in my arsenal. It's called Running Away.
As you flee back to a distance here, Barkbeard.
I am going to step forward, and I'm going to. He's flying. Is he flying? He's flying.
No, he's on the ground. He doesn't have
on the
wings
ground.
or anything.
Okay.
He's just standing on the floor.
Cool. He just looks evil and whatnot.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean he
leaving,
has
like,
wings.
pools
Not
and-
all evil things have wings.
The
Okay.
picture of him that they have in the adventure path here is a lad absolutely flying into action. So, Here, I
Okay.
can show you the full thing real quick. Oh, he doesn't have the full art in Roll20 that I can see. Anyway, he's not flying.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to root down and try and get a good base here. Wrapping my
I found it.
tentacles. Tendrils. Oh, yeah, I see.
Boo.
So he looks like he's flying, but he's not actually.
Yeah, because he's just like
okay.
lunging in the picture. He's leaping.
That's a wicked looking.
So I'm going to try and grab him. Oops, I don't know why that rolled twice, actually. Well, if I use a hero point, can I just keep the second one?
Use a hero
Is that
point to
allowed?
keep the second one. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to
Aha.
you.
And then I'm going to bring a walloping hand down. So I'll take 4 damage from being grabbed, and then I'm going to bring one of my other, like just a branch down and just wallop him.
Hold and paddle.
Oh, for this is -5. So it doesn't that one. So that's only a
yeah,
11.
certainly not going to be enough to connect.
and that's my turn.
Okay, so as you grab onto him, and he's held, he's clearly trying to ride the get away from you. He's not particularly interested in whatever you are. And he is going to attempt to cast a spell, which I will just open roll because it's a flat check. Which with a 15, he is going to succeed. And as he looses one hand from his spear and incants Ratio Onwum, he simply disappears from your grasp, reappearing 15 feet over in a blink, just as he had to start the fight. And though he is able to get his spell off, that's not going to save him from provoking as he focuses on getting this incantation out, which means Zerg absolutely gets an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah, which I will take. Is that... He's zipped. He
It's an
didn't
attack
move.
1. It's what?
He zipped. He didn't quite... I couldn't follow his movement, so I couldn't
He,
necessarily use no escape there, could I?
You couldn't, because he cast a spell and teleported. He
Cool.
just didn't
But I do
teleport
get the attack
terribly
as he-
far.
as
But
he
you do
moves
get
away,
the
right?
well, it's not because he moved, it's because he cast a spell. Generally,
Right.
casting a spell in your face is also going to provoke.
Beautiful. Well, I'll take a swing for 18. You know
Yeah,
what?
as
No,
he-
I'm not. I'm going to use a hero point.
Oh, baby.
29.
Dang.
29 will definitely catch him.
Hell yeah. I'm seeing them cast spells. No magic in Zerg's house. 8 bludgeoning.
And you catch him with a fist, and even as he goes to disappear, as your fist kind of buries in him, a spray of blood jets out as he disappears, leaving nothing but a wash of this thick red goo jetting out towards you. Make me a reflex save.
No, that's fortitude, sorry. 23 on the reflex.
All right, and you are only fairly quick, but your speed has never really been Zerg's strong suit. You're going to take 6 points of acid damage as this burning blood sprays across your torso. But as he reappears here, nearby to Selwyn, Arbus, and Ara, he brings his long spear around and jabs it down, enraged, directly towards Ara. Very specifically, clearly aiming for the tiny bush.
That's rude.
And this is going to stab towards you for a 30.
Ouch. That hits. Not a
What
crit.
What is your alignment, good sir?
Neutral good.
So, as he stabs into you, you are going to take 13 points of piercing damage from the spear. But as it hits, you feel it stab not just through your bark, but almost through the spirit of your being. As if it strikes through to the core of your very soul. You can take an additional 6 points of evil damage for 19 points of damage total.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
Alright.
it is.
Looking at Selwyn, looking back at this thing, looking back at Selwyn, I pull a scroll of healing out and use a 2 action to heal Selwyn as one of my first level heal scrolls I have
Okay.
lying around.
She'll get
Doing. Here it is.
D8 plus 8 is 9.
Oh no.
Health is health, though.
Yeah, health is health. And then,
You need to pull the scroll out as an action.
yeah.
So pulling
it's
out
in my
and casting
bandolier.
it's gonna be. Oh, it's in your bandolier.
Yep.
Oh, okay, never mind. You're good. You have 1 action left.
And then I do it again with another scroll. Just as a single action on Selwyn.
The Bandolier brothers
Yeah.
and sisters.
For another 5 on Selwyn.
So as he gets stabbed, he's just ripping little pieces of paper out of his bandolier. As they burn up, disintegrating into ashes, the magic just waves one after the other into Selwyn, healing her. Second edition's fun. Zerg.
Zerg is gonna rush up behind and go for a. He's facing the other way, right?
He is.
Haymaker to the back of the head. Where's me bloody? Hang on, I've lost my fucking. Here it is. 34.
34 does not crit, but it will
Damn.
connect.
For 12 bludgeoning.
The max. You max
He
roll
never
almost every-
stops.
You catch him. I got 1 action left.
Left hand follow up. 24.
24, however, as a 34 does not crit, a 24 isn't going to hit. As realizing you're there again, kind of shifting, almost stuttering as he moves, like you're watching him through a strobe light. His motion isn't really fluid. He just seems to simply not be there as you just catch through some of this errant blood flying off of him as he dodges a strike. Arabus.
As I move away from the group to over here, I'm gonna spread my arms apart, open my hands real wide, start moving them around a little bit as a dark cloud begins to envelop the demon, and a loud, thunderous boom as a tempest surge strikes him.
Alrighty.
Cool. Okay.
And a pretty decent roll on the damage, but again, as he seems to almost be flickering through his motions here, the lightning surges down, just grazing across him. A 27 for a reflex save. It's gonna give him half, which is still 11 points of electricity damage. It's still pretty goose to. Selwyn.
I will step out to the plate. Here.
Actual flanking, not actual flanking.
Well, why would I have actual flank when I can give someone else an actual flank? You know, I gotta think strategically.
Stand in front of Aura. No, I see where your head's. That's not about the flanking strategery. It's about protecting your tiny potato friend.
I would never.
I knew you had a heart, Selwyn.
It's not true.
Selwyn has a heart.
Don't
you,
fucking
Selwyn.
don't tell anyone. And I'll stab. So 21 on his flat-footed probably doesn't connect.
21's not going to land on his flat-footed, no, as he's
Unfortunate.
quick and it's almost impossible to pin down.
And then the second strike. Ooh. Unlucky.
Follow up not having any more success in the first, but it's
Yeah.
Barkbeard.
Well, I am going to actually flank.
That's actually flank. That
That's
you gotta be
actually
on the
flanking.
opposite side of him. There's nobody
So
here,
I'm
so that
going-
wouldn't be a flank.
Wait, didn't I? Isn't that where I moved?
Oh no, you
Next to
moved
Zerg?
here, and then I moved you back
Oh.
one.
Oh, I thought I moved next to Zerg.
Oh, okay,
Sorry. On roll 20, it looked like I moved there. Either way. Anyway, so I'm going to move up there, and then I am going to try and grapple this hooligan again. It's a 23.
Hey, 23, as you wrap your roots kind of around his an arm and his middle here, he almost splits into just bloody glop reforming around you. 23 is not going to get a hold of him.
Well, I guess I'll just try and swing just like nice linear. It's hard to move out of the way if I swing hard enough, right? Oh, it's also the first. Oh god, that's terrible. -5 of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God, this is horrible
certainly
time.
not going to come even close to connecting.
Well, I think I'm gonna move again and move just to the other side, kind of in between him.
Making a wall here, making a little protective barricade. So as he pulls this spear back from striking at Ara, looking as he's surrounded here, seeming to realize the situation, he doesn't immediately move to get away or to stop this flanking from happening. What he does is he brings his spear in front of him, moves up his other hand, and simply incants Tenebris, and casts a spell which is going to provoke from Zerb.
Yeah, one of its
Gatsby.
darkness.
God damn right it is. 34.
Jesus.
Because
And that's-
Barkbeard's flanking 34 crits.
Oh!
Which means
no.
not only do you crit, as he brings this together, Tenebris, and you hit him, and he loses the spell. The spell's
That's
gone.
awesome.
Yes, he does, and he's also going to cop 12 bludgeoning damage.
Well, yeah, it was bound to happen someday.
Yeah, I
It was
know,
good,
right?
Yeah.
So, as you catch him here again, his blood sprays out at you. I need another reflex save.
11.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so with an 11,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna take some acid damage as his blood strikes you again. It's gonna be another 6 points of acid damage. But in addition, the hand that you struck him with, as you catch him, you bury this fist in him, and the acid, this acidic blood almost envelops your hand entirely. And by the time you pull it back out, even in just the duration of a quick punch, so you've stopped the spell, you don't even feel the pain of the acid burning in your hand. It's not immediately apparent to Zerg. It would be to everyone else that
Ooh.
there is no flesh left on Zerg's fingers or the back of his hand, as he's just got tendons holding bone clenched into a fist. There's not even
That's my
nerve endings
punching hand.
anymore for him to feel pain from it.
Oh, dude, he's Bone Fist.
He's Bone Fist!
And to follow that up, the demon here is then going to keep his spear kind of more defensively and try to bite out toward Zerg, enraged that you dare interrupt his magic, snapping his jaws towards you with a 26.
Yeah, that hits. I'm still proud of myself for getting the punch in. Not quite noticed my hand yet.
He's gonna punch you or bite you. You punched him. You punch him for 12. He bite you for 16 points of piercing damage. And the question: what is your alignment, good sir?
Chaotic neutral, apparently.
Okay, so you're not gonna take any evil damage because your soul is not.
Apparently.
You're apparently, he says. I mean, that's what I would have guessed, honestly. So you live in that life. You're not going to take any evil damage, as you do not have a good and pure soul to be corrupted as such. Ara.
I'm nothing but pure and good. I'm gonna produce flame on him now. All the healing is done.
He was casting darkness too, so that would have been the bad times.
I'm gonna session reroll that. Trying to do something different.
Yeah, but even still, as your allies gather around him to beat him down, it's difficult to weave the fire in there without endangering them. So that's just going to fly wide.
Can you please stop? In my turn.
Zerg?
Oh, boy. Having now been bitten, bringing my hand up to sort of defend myself, noticing the bone hand and fleshy bits that have been burned away by acid. Not so much worried about Zerg's health as he's worried about his ability to punch things. Zerg is going to battle medicine himself. His newest ability.
Oh my god.
Zerg MD makes a comeback.
Zerg MD! He has battle medicine now. All right. What's your medicine proficiency? Trained?
I've got a 10.
But your
I
proficiency.
trained.
Oh, T8.
So
T
trained,
is
yes.
trained. Okay.
Trained.
So roll me a medicine check.
17.
So you'll succeed, and as a quick one action, you restore 2d8 health to yourself.
Roll 2d8. Okay, 5.
I mean, it becomes immediately apparent to you that whatever's happened to your hand is dramatically beyond your medical knowledge. But you do manage to quickly pad something in your fist in lieu of flesh, so that you've still got a nice layer of bone to smack with.
Nice. And then I'm going to use my newly padded little bit of whatever I've grabbed. You know what? I've ripped a pouch off of my bandolier and using that leather.
Oh, you just kind of clinging onto it. All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take a swing
He is very
with my
much
newly padded
flanked.
fist. 22.
22, he's just barely going to be able to avoid. Singing through some of the blood flying off him as he constantly moves.
So wait, he did avoid that shit.
Yeah, 22 is not going to land.
How about a 29 for a second roll?
29's absolutely going to land.
11 bludgeoning.
What's the
Damage.
damage rolls, my dude?
Who needs rage and needs high roll?
With a padded
Harvest.
fist.
I am going to close my eyes and with all 3 actions say some words in Druidic and emanate lightning from myself out 30 feet and heal my party with a level 1 heal.
Okay. So that would be we have 1d8 health to everyone.
For 1! Everybody gets 1!
Everyone gets
Everyone
1
gets
point of
one.
health, including the demon.
Ah, that didn't go the way I thought it would. It was worth a shot.
Someone.
Right.
That's the downside of the AoE heal is that it's all dice. You don't have that rider like the 2 action.
I will speak to this demon in Abyssal and tell it you are both weak and foolish, and you'll perish for nothing, and intimidate it. Oh, I got one.
Yeah, with 18, he's not afraid, and as you speak, and all of you would hear Selwood speak this demonic language, the thing would turn its gaze to you, and you would hear a voice inside your head. It wouldn't say anything out loud. I will consume you. Your blood will feed Zev Govizeb himself.
Does casting True Strike provoke?
I believe True Strike's verbal only, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
No, it does not. The somatic component is what has the manipulate trait. Verbal only has concentrate.
In which case, I will cast True Strike and stab it with a coup de grace.
Ooh. That's your
First
2
attack.
d20s here.
33.
Yeah, and it's
guess
take
it's
better,
flat-footed.
right? It's not even take second. It's just take
It's
better.
take better. Yes.
A 33 is not going to crit against his flat-footed, but it will connect. And he is going to take 15 points of piercing damage. Barkbeard.
Okay.
He's at this point
well,
looking pretty well splattered, and he seems to be almost losing mass, being reduced to a bloodied skeleton of the creature he once was, dancing around, attempting to continue the fight.
And grabbing him really doesn't seem to be working, so, I'm just going to follow suit and just try and whack him to death. A 27.
27 absolutely hits.
And then just whirling around, just with a horrible 13
A
after
13
that.
does not. So we'll take the 18 points of bludgeoning damage from the first strike.
And then I'll just use as my second action, just use go for 20 there. Did not work. And then I will raise my shield back up.
Now with your shield up, as you taunt it, Selwyn, he turns your direction, bringing his long spear around with both hands before striking it down with all the force left he can muster towards you. And this is going to stab out for a 30 even.
Hits, but doesn't crit for once. That's very nice.
And as he buries this down into you, you are going to take 14 points of piercing damage, an additional 5 points of evil, and furthermore, the sheer weight of this grievous blow is going to sicken you pretty deeply. You're going to be sickened too, as well. And then he is going to wheel back around and then just call out loud to everyone in Abyssal that no one will understand except Selwyn, "Consume!" and attempts to bite Zerg again. But he's put a lot of force forward into this strike on Selwyn. And he's only gonna have a 16.
16?
Yeah.
No dice.
Ara.
He keeps hurting my friends. Granted, we are hurting him.
You heard us first.
He hurt us first. I'm gonna produce flame because that worked so well. I just keep pulling 15s.
It's still really
it's
soon.
just-
Just throwing fire. Like, you're fire all around this demon, but none of it managing to land.
I'm gonna throw a seed pod at him.
Get him.
Yay!
Oh jeez.
No, 21.
Yeah,
That'll be
21
the
not
second
going
one.
to connect either. Zerg.
Muted again. Ain't no messing around. Ain't no screwing around. It's a punchy time. It's a punchy party, and Zerg's invited 17.
Oh, I was so close to a 20, and then it tipped over at the very end. 17. This first one, he seems to be pretty defensive
Right,
now,
but-
as he's pretty well weakened.
Left hand.
Oh no!
That's a hero point, I think.
Ooh, you're
It's about pride at this
Left.
point.
Oh, for
is.
fuck's sake.
That was high. That was twice as high as your previous roll.
Well, yeah.
Went from a
left
1
hand,
to a
how did I
2.
do? And then again with the right hand. Okay, 18.
As you're just swinging out, the two of you trading, him not managing to bite you, you not managing to land on him. Arbus.
He's pretty distracted with everybody doing their thing over there. Just hold both my fingers out like this and lightning, electric arc at the man, the demon. Yeah, he's not looking at me, so I can hit him with a true hero.
Alright. He is spectacularly quick. But definitely not focusing on you. He's going to be very slow to react. Only a 23 on his reflex save.
He succeeds.
So he's be taking 6 of
Just.
that electricity damage. Just not bringing him down. One action left.
Damn it! Put a shield up in front of my face.
Selwyn.
Yeah, hide the shame. I know this. I know about this. And I'll do a really mocking voice. Consume!
You're second too.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna need to run back home to mother.
What's with you and mother today?
It's just so funny to say. Well, 19 minus 2. Well,
17
that's not
certainly not going to land.
great. No, but it's all for the second hit. Wah! Damn it! Never lucky.
Never.
18 also not going to land.
Man, we
Yeah.
cannot get.
This guy's
We
so
just can't.
quick.
He's just
He
so
will
fast.
not go down. He will not go quietly into the night.
Yeah, well, fuck it, 26 exist, right?
20s
What?
exist.
Yep. Let's see it. 25?
Is it 25 or 23?
That's 25. Oh, 23, but he's also flat-footed.
He is flat-footed, but 23 is just barely not going to catch him on the third swing. So at the end of your turn here, you've kind of rebalanced yourself. You recover from this sickened Barkbeard. Somebody please stop this man.
I'm just gonna like our just branches are flailing everywhere, trying to just get like nope, and
Oh,
then just
no.
like flailing. No.
Artist fight in the
16's
wall.
not gonna hit. 19's not gonna hit. A
Flailing
15's not
over.
gonna hit.
Just,
And then another.
6 not gonna do it either. The demon champion, now with what little he has left, going to step out as he pivots around Zerg, having been punished by the attack of opportunity enough times, whirling around with 2 hands to bring this spear with all the force he can muster, driving home directly into the half-orc. For a villain point.
Oh,
Villain point.
It's the derpiest fight
Good job,
ever.
Zerg.
From Zurich 17 is he
Gotcha.
also rolled a 2 into
Oh, no, that
a
feels like.
37.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a crit.
The good news is you don't take the evil damage, right? So you got that going for you,
No.
which is nice.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, yeah.
But still, a solid strike going to slam his spear into you for 28 points of piercing damage, catching you with enough force to sicken you as well. You are sickened too. Ara.
All right, third time's a try. Third time's the charm. Third try's the what?
You tried 3 times. That's so it is right.
Or not even
Consume!
27 to hit.
Couldn't.
What do you do to him?
Shit. I
You don't
Or
shit
is
on
there-
him, I'm sure.
You shit on him.
Ara is very exasperated and very upset at this point because it's just not working and he's seeing everyone struggle. So he pulls that anger out from inside of him, reduces the flame so hot it doesn't actually produce heat to anyone around him, but it does just boil away all the blood.
And burning back what's left of this demon as his body drops down to the floor, much like the water mephits you'd fought at the beginning of the show. He splashes in one final puddle of blood across the ground, leaving nothing but the near arterial spray. He's strewn all across the symbol of Erodin in the center of this atrium. His dark blood throughout this chamber. But defeated. Finally, he is.
Ara sits down.
As you sit for a moment, Barkbeard loses his stance. Zerg overcomes
my
sickness.
My branches stop windmilling randomly around me. I'm like, well, that
We will never
was
speak
one
of
of my
this.
less. Yes, that was. Maybe we should not speak of this fight in the future.
I
You
think it went
do-
swimmingly.
See left as the blood settles into just a sheen across the floor, slicked on every inch of its surface. The spear left behind in the pool. Jagged head of bone that had tasted many of your blood attached to a long wooden haft laying on the floor. And with that, this is a perfect opportunity for us to take our break here. You know, scold our dice, give them a good talking to.
Yeah.
Except for Zerg's damage dice. Don't say anything to them. They're great.
Yeah. They've done great.
It's they're doing a fantastic job. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, chat. And here, I get to show you all the other new thing that I've set up for the stream, because instead of a boring splash, don't worry, I will provide you with plenty of entertainment while we're gone. Don't go far. Refill your drinks, get some snacks if you must, but hurry back. Moonstone Hall does certainly seem to have some trogs in it. Still consorting with the demons, much as they were at the tower. And who knows what we'll find once we come through literally the entryway. It could be anything. BRB. Somebody at some point would see a figure approaching the group of you from much the same direction, but a little further out to the like west-northwest. Straight out. So
Aren't we
as
awesome?
the creature falls, its long spear revealed underneath a slick of blood, and the chamber falls largely quiet. Inside this atrium, it seems to be even more silent than it was outside. Even the wind carrying down the tunnel and the gentle sounds of the city far up above you have fallen completely away now. You can see that the northern ring of stained glass windows, the middle is broken out, and you can't tell what that one had together, but it seems pretty clear that these told a story that you're looking at from left to right in here of barren black rocks amidst a great sea, a shattered middle window, but then those same rocks with farms, cities, buildings, and the Aeon Towers dotted across them, as they show the story of how the Starstone Isles first came to be. As this battle ends, party, what are you doing?
Fucking
that spear.
hand! Look what happened to this!
Oh.
Yeah, ooh! What do you think I'm supposed to punch with these?
What
I'd
did
say
you-
bloody hell, but there's not a lot of blood left, is there?
No. He's kind of muscular. I can see my bone! Look at these!
Do you feel this?
Kind of. It doesn't hurt.
Can you?
Should it hurt?
Can you slap with it still?
Let me find out. I'm gonna slap Selwyn.
Oh no! With his
Slap him
bone.
with some bone fingers.
Oh no!
It seems
Well-
okay. Did that hurt you?
It felt weird, if I'm honest.
Sorry for slappies, but
No, it's good. I kind of asked for it.
it seems okay. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's kind of
I've actually-
gross.
I've actually heard of one just like you. This is a long time ago. Before, how much do you know about the shackles?
Nothing.
Okay, so let's pull this back. The shackles are a place in the world.
You
It's
mean,
very
like manacles that you put on your.
yes, that is somewhat, yeah, that might be the analogy for that place. Anyway, it is a place of piracy mostly, and before the reign of the current pirate king Ansu, or at least he was in power when I last checked, a particular man by the name of Captain Bonefist ruled the Isles, who incidentally had a fist of bone. Just reminded me of it.
Fist.
Yes. Cool moniker.
Don't like to use fist, and there is a little bit of bone. It looks like cooked leather, but cooked leather fist is not so cool.
Yeah, we can call you Sark the Bone Fist.
I like this. Yes. Zerg Bonefist Betsky. This is good.
Okay.
Okay, and now I have several complaints. All right, and since I'm management, I don't have anyone to voice them to, so I'll just go down the line. First of all, Plant, Ara. Are you throwing around our precious funds like candy? Just
I pick
chucking
up
out
this.
those scrolls?
I pick up the spear, and I make my way to climb through this window over here. Just ignore.
No,
As he's
no,
going,
no,
he's
get
trying
back
to
here.
climb out the window on the
Get back
northern
here.
side.
I have economic concerns to race with you, and I'll run after him.
Salwyn, you're still bleeding.
I don't care. He
Is he
wasting our
cheating?
money.
For... Lara climbs
try to
out the
stop him.
window.
I'm trying to stop this man. This plant.
Are you gonna stop when she comes after you, or?
No, I'm ignoring her.
I'm intending to stop her. This is gonna be the weakest fight of all time.
Oh, is it though?
I'm
So
gonna go to
Does
Grant.
someone just throw me in athletics versus whatever Ara's fortitude he is?
That's not gonna be great, is it? I'm gonna fall over.
Neither of
Oh,
you
no.
are going to be great.
23.
Well, I
It's a
can't.
lot
succeed
higher
this
than I
enough.
thought it was going to be.
Well, that's because it's fortitude DC and it's not its athletics, right? That's
That's
the
true. It's
difference.
on the fort DC.
Well, a valiant effort given.
They try to snatch out, try to grab him as he gets through the window, but you can't get a
I'm
hold
gonna,
of him. as he
I'm gonna
gets
try
there.
to trip him. Wait,
Grab
no,
his
that's also
leg.
athletics.
Yeah, but it's his reflex save though. But it is also athletics.
No, never mind then. I can't.
Okay.
I can't do maneuvers. This is bullshit. This game sucks.
If you
Get back here, you stupid
being
plant! I'll
trained
stab
in
you.
athletics with one of your 90 skill ranks.
No, I need them for other things. What do you mean? Like being trained? Oh yeah, great. That's gonna give me so much value. Woo! I'm gonna go athletics all the time.
Well, it seems like you can't really grab hold of Ara as he scrambles out the window,
I'm gonna stab
carrying this
fucking
very
plant.
bloody spear.
All right, fuck it. Anyway, okay, we'll leave that one for later. Okay, so first of all, nibbling me, one, fucking creepy. Two, the fuck was that, Gray?
The fuck was what?
You saying I don't want to nibble a vein.
I didn't say anything of the such, Selwyn.
You definitely did.
Um,
And if you're trying to be cute, it's not working. It's just creepy.
I'm not trying to be cute. I didn't say anything.
All right, that's even worse.
What? Just
Because you definitely told me, don't move, don't want to nibble a vein. That's kind of fucked.
I'm sorry.
No, if you don't remember, that's cause for concern.
I just know that you weren't there, and then I come inside to find you fighting the big red
Right,
guy.
yes. I told you, can we hurry this up? I need healing. It needs to be now or I'm going to leave. And then you said, and I quote, don't move. I don't want to nibble a vein. In a really creepy, like almost sexual way, honestly. It wasn't good.
That
It
doesn't
wasn't-
sound like cannabis to me. I
No,
can't
it
imagine
doesn't.
this.
I know. That's my point.
I think you're a little stressed, Selwyn. Little stressed
Yes,
about the money
because-
with the bush. I think
Are you sure you heard correctly? 'Cause I didn't.
Yes, I am entirely certain.
Well, did anyone else hear it? I didn't.
I heard nothing.
Yeah, no, because you're off chasing trucks and you're blood rich.
Good point.
Which, to be fair, I understand, and also I'm gonna pull out a vial and like break it open and pour it over the trucks. I'm with you on that one.
Does that mean you won't let me fix your wound, Selwyn?
No, I'll absolutely let you fix my wounds.
I don't
still
want you
trust
to die, Selwyn.
No, I won't. It's just creepy, and it's really creepy that you don't remember, and that's cause for concern. Something we'll have to watch out for.
I told you sometimes I lose time. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we have. I didn't give much credence to it before because I didn't get to experience it. But, you know, maybe I did not take it seriously enough. It is where I'm kind of arriving.
We talk about it later.
Right, of course. All right, deep breaths. I'm calm. I'm good. Well, I'm not good. I'm bleeding to death, but outside of that, I'm good.
Will you
I'll
come sit next to the Zerg so I can fix you?
Yes.
I'll try not to creep you.
No, you didn't creep me. Something did.
So, assuming that Selwyn and Zerg are largely going to be the two you focus on here first, as they're very clearly the most injured, having taken the brunt of this demon's attack. You'll spend 10 minutes patching them up as best as you can. And Barkbeard and Ara, what are you two doing during this time?
I'm gonna summon some light out here. I want to inspect this spear.
Alrighty. As you bring Frederick back into the world
Frederick.
to illuminate the outside.
He's such a good boy.
He
Your
really is.
quick investigations with your cantrips would immediately reveal that the long spear is magical in some nature. So I assume then you're gonna spend the 10 minutes trying
Yeah.
to figure out exactly how. And what modifier are you using? What skill?
Nature. It's 12.
Right, primal. Okie dokie. And Barkbeard, about you?
I will also go. Well, I guess I could go look at what's on the bodies of the 2 guys that were running away.
Okay. So as you do have the light on you. So if you walk,
Oh,
like at this point,
right.
the
Well, I guess I could stay
the
around.
smoldering
a bit.
basilisk outside's probably petered out. The whole of the atrium is mostly lit. These golden flickering lights in the sconces that still persist are putting at least dim light through the area, so you're leaving no one in like complete darkness or anything. You travel over to check across these 2 Zolgats that you'd slain, and you see as well the corpse of the dead dog between them that they had very crudely carved open and clearly smashed a couple bones to make it easier to get their hands inside for their finger paints. They've each got a brace of daggers strapped around a belt on their hip, and just some really not much more than a loincloth. They aren't even armored. They weren't here expecting a fight by any stretch of the imagination. However, one of them, the one who no longer possesses a skull, does have a small pouch hanging off the side of his belt, and there are a couple things inside of interest to you. First of all, there is a not like a potion bottle, but like a tin. Not very tall, but kind of wide, round across, of a metal canister of some kind of like lotion or balm or something. It's not labeled at all. It's completely unmarked, and if you open it up and look, the salve itself is an almost sickly pale green color. But also in there, he has 6 small but well-polished, near-spherical moonstones, probably worth about 30 gold pieces apiece.
How many?
6, so 180 gold worth of
6.
moonstones.
Can I tell what the lotion is?
That would take some identification, so that could be what you do for 10 minutes.
I know many things, so I probably know what this is.
So, Ara, over the it is a magical item, not a potion. So, what any like magical tradition skill you can use to identify it? What are you using?
Aura?
No, Barkbeard. Sorry, I got
Barkbeard.
distracted because
I could use Arcana, Occultism, Nature.
what's your highest? Are they all equal?
They're all the same.
What are they?
10.
Alrighty. So, let me roll one for you as well then. I know you have dubious knowledge. Does that apply to items or just monster identifications?
I'm not sure. Let's see here. Dubious.
While you
knowledge.
find that, Ara, you would be able to identify the long spear is given its power by a rune stone set just below the bone blade and the wooden haft. While it looks markedly different from those you've seen in the past, it's a clearly demonic, very angular sigil. It is the same functionality as a lesser potency rune, making it a +1 long spear. Arbus, if you want to go and roll me your healing check for your allies here.
Ready? We're gonna go with the expert variety.
And thank you for the reset, Demon Wolf.
24.
24 is going to succeed. They'll get
That's
2d8 plus 10 health each.
So it's just when you fail a recall knowledge, it doesn't specify.
Oh yeah, identifying items.
what
Is
is
a different thing.
recall. Okay.
20 HP, boys and
That's
girls.
pretty
nice.
solid. 20 HP each. You, Barkbeard, after 10 minutes of gentle prodding and sniffing and maybe even rubbing a little bit on your own head to see if it does anything, you can't really determine at all what this salve seems to do. It's very mildly tingly where it touches you, but purpose unknown.
Well, Selwyn, you'll be happy to know we have these weird moonstone things, and we also have a tingle lubrication. I find you may find this very interesting, actually.
I don't like
may
how
keep
you
it to
say
my...
tingle lubrication.
Oh, well, that's exactly the information I got out of it, so I'm not quite sure what you're looking for, but I feel like you could
any other
apply
phrasing.
it could apply in lots of different situations, though. I feel we should explore this.
I'll have a look at it. What
So,
check am I making?
It's going to take you 10 minutes to try and identify it as well if you want to wait for another 10 minutes here. I know you're clearly still a bit hurt, and Zerg's still fairly well injured. Ara, do you come back in after you identify your little stick here?
So in order to take a rune stone out, it's a whole process, right? It's downtime activity.
It's a downtime activity, yeah. It's not something you can just pop out in a day, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah. I've come back.
Ara climbs back in through the window. The group of you reconvene with Frederick once more. What are you doing?
Could just continue treating Zerg and Selwyn?
Okay, yeah. With you have continual recovery now, right?
Yeah, it's every 10 minutes.
Yep. So then it is still gonna be 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, basically. So while you're waiting, you almost might as well roll a check for Ara and Barkbeard, as they have some damage on them as well.
Okay.
And during that, Selwyn, you can give me any kind of magical identification to
Religion counts, right?
out. Religion does count. Yep.
Right.
Sorry, what is your religion modifier?
For the other ones.
My religion modifier
10.
is 10. Yep. I love my thing's at 10. Should I roll or do you roll?
It's a
You roll.
secret because if you critically fail, you
Yeah,
misidentified
of course.
Ooh, that's good.
All right, so 25 health to Ara and Barkbeard as they come in together as Arabus starts tending to them as well. And so when you're able to pretty easily identify, fairly confidently actually, that this salve has pretty strong properties of anti-paralysis. I'm going to read this verbatim because I love the text. Applying the salve firmly to a creature helps it overcome magical paralysis. It has to be applied firmly. You can't just... It's got to firmly applied.
Really got to rub it in.
Which somehow does only take a single action. But you do have to have two hands free to do it. But it should be able to counteract magical paralytic effects.
All right. And I'll tell that to Barkbeard. Is that what you meant by tinkly lotion application?
I mean, it does tingle when you apply it, so yes, that is what I was referring to.
And then with another
twitches.
10 minutes here, Arabus continuing to treat Zerg and Selwyn.
Try to roll again, or just does it?
Yeah, you just roll it again real quick. Because continual, like, to actually just keep the effect and continue going with it takes a full hour. I'm guessing you don't want to sit here for an entire hour, because really there's no reason to ever do that once you get continual recovery. So 2d8 plus 10 more health to each of them.
21 more Selwyn and Zerg.
And at that, you have largely done the best that you can, leaving the pair of them pretty well patched up, with the notable exception of Zerg's fist, which does not look any better. You feel, with your 30 minutes here, a full half hour of tending to them in this atrium as well as you can. There's just, honestly, absolutely nothing you can do. There's not flesh to heal. It's gone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Batsky. It looks like you're going to have a bone hand for a while.
This is not a problem. I'm kind of warming up to the idea. Bone Fizz Batsky, I like this. Don't worry about it. In fact, leave it alone. Let it, just let it stay as it is. This is good.
Okay.
Thank you for the help.
No problem.
After a half hour here, ready to get
bone
back.
Brutal.
Huh?
What?
What?
I was just saying Bone Fist, Batsky the Brutal. It's the full title.
Yeah. I like this.
It's a lot of bees.
Yeah, I'll add more as we go along. It'll be like, we'll have 10 bees by the time we all finish. Whatever.
Von Fistbatsky, the brutal beater.
Oh, beater is just like, ugh. It's just not a good one.
The beautiful.
It's like, it's the
Batsky
difference.
Bone Fist.
Yeah.
This is good.
It's the difference between him being scary and him giving you a reach around.
Not all of us have a succubus living in our subconscious.
I reach around, I reach up, I reach down. I have very good reach. What are you saying?
He has
The
very
very long
green
arms.
voice in the sky.
So,
Yep.
as well together as you can be, really. How do you proceed?
Or we could go. I mean, there's doors over here, and then there's
This
hallways
main
over
atrium
yonder.
does seem to have a variety of paths leading outward. Halls extend to both the right and the left from coming in from the door, the north and the south, to different wings of the ancient Moonstone Hall, possibly different areas of worship. It's an unknown. While there is a pretty clear and visible large set of double doors here, directly in front of you, straight forward, near where the Trogs had been finger painting.
Well, I mean, going forward, I'm gonna go see. Can I go see if these doors are locked?
Yeah, you can go up and you can just test them. While they are a pretty hefty set of double doors, really dwarfed only by the doors leading into the temple in the first place, they seem to be pretty well intact and perfectly functional, and they don't even possess a lock.
Oh, well, why don't we go this way? This seems like the closest route, and probably is where we're supposed to be going anyways. And then I would just, I guess, push open the door. That seems like a good... Is it a push or a pull door?
Would be a push open. So where's everyone?
Yes.
As I assume Zerg's probably not chilling 20 miles away. As Barkbeard walks up to this and tests the door, and no one really responds, and he goes to just push it open out of, honestly, just, Barkbeard-based curiosity. Where you at, Zerg?
Zerg's still looking at his hand.
Oh, so you're still just chilling back here?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, you open the door here into a massive
corner.
massive chapel that certainly appears to be what would have been the predominant area of worship when this was previously a temple. And there's rows of what were probably pews once down either side, but are now little more than pulverized, splintered bits of woods and beams, facing an oval marble raised dais about 3 feet high, jutting up from the floor. There's wide marble steps leading up to the polished mahogany pulpit standing in its center, and a glorious fresco on the curved wall behind it depicts all kinds of stylized arts from the rodent history.
See, this is the correct direction.
Much like the atrium, this has been vandalized pretty well, assumedly by Trogs, with scrawls of tar and ancient blood drawn over the top of this fresco. But you don't have a whole lot of opportunity to really get a great look at it and take it in, as there are some fucking huge Trogs standing in here.
Christ.
Oh no!
You open
okay.
the door to
I
what
stand corrected.
what appears to be some kind of a ritual taking place here. 3 Trogs, massive, hulking, 12-foot tall monstrosities of rippling muscle with huge frills jutting up from their skulls back down their spines, kneel with enormous warhammers planted on the ground, each in one hand, their heads bowed to a much, much smaller creature. Another Trog, clearly, but one almost even
that a
smaller
tiara?
than the standard. A very thin, nearly skeletal Trog,
crown.
with skin pulled tight over her bones, her mouth set into a grin, and a very delicate silver circlet perched atop her head. She is in the middle of painting something with her finger upon the forehead of the enormous Trog in front of her. But as the doors swing open, their attention is immediately redirected towards the party. I think it's time to roll some initiative.
Yes.
Hello there.
Hello there, fellow Trog.
You guys will love the sound effect board for this one.
What the?
I don't think I will.
I think you will.
I don't think so.
It's got giant slams in it.
Oh man, it didn't put my initiative on the boards.
No, you clicked initiative. I'm not sure.
I know I clicked the token. I don't know why I didn't do it.
It's okay. We can just write it in.
Okay, there's 3 big boys. There is a much smaller lady. Going to add you in manually? I can add you in manually.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
put it in once my name's on there. Bang.
Okie dokie. We'll sort this out here.
Oh, this is bad. I don't like this initiative at all.
So immediately as the door opens, the one who is being anointed here turns around and sees, well, blood strewn literally all over the atrium, and a whole bunch of people he does not recognize. He is very quick to immediately stand up, swinging this enormous maul around in his hands as he does, and stride up to Barkbeard. As he reaches you, this giant mallet in one hand, he swings out wide with his other free hand. For a 29.
And that just regular hits.
And as this enormous claw connects with you, you are going to take 13 points of slashing damage. And his hand, probably being about as big as, well, Barkbeard entirely, is just going to close around you and lift you up in the air, up in front of his face as he just enraged stares at you.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
In the back,
Oh no.
the priest looks over and can see Barkbeard get lifted up and can see Ara through the doorway. Maybe a bit of Arabis around the corner, but doesn't really see Selwyn or Zerg. And she turns, this anointment still in her hand, and just redirects her efforts. You hear her voice kind of just rattle forth a spell, almost imperceptible incantation over the massive slamming of these 3 angry lads getting up and ready for combat. But as it completes, see if I can find Roll 20. Oh, lag on me now. A spectral fist, knuckles capped with spikes, appears in the air next to Ara, punching down at him.
Oh god.
And then I gotta math, because it's... What is the attack roll on this? Is it a spell attack roll? It's probably a spell attack roll. Doesn't actually say anywhere in the spell that I can see. So we're gonna assume it's a spell attack roll. And roll 20s might be completely frozen. Oh, there's a roll. That's gonna come down for a 22.
It hits.
And as it connects, this is going to punch you for 5 points of force damage.
Oof.
And yeah, I can't bring out a token for this because the roll 20 thing where you pull up tokens is completely and utterly frozen. But it's next to Ara. And then with another brief incantation, you see a force shield flash into being before her.
Oh. boy. Okay. Oh. Okay. Arms reached out at my sides, swirling dark cloud on the guy in the doorway, envelop his head, and boom, lightning shoots him in the skull. I'm gonna try Tempest Surge him.
Okay.
It looks very reflexive.
He's pretty big. He's a pretty large lad. He does not look very reflexive, does he?
Oh.
Let's see here. He is going to get a 21. He's going to fail.
Okay, so he would take. He's clumsy 2 for 1 round and takes 1 persistent. I think it's more than 1 persistent.
It's free persistent damage.
3 because it's the level of the spell I can do. 3 for however long. How long does persistent go until?
Persistent goes till he gets rid of it, or
Yeah,
until it
that's
expires naturally. So we got 1 action left.
I am going to back away from this door, looking in Mr. Batsky's direction. Mr. Batsky, pointing at the big guy in the doorway.
All right. So Zerg, go ahead. I can't take the initiative because Roll20 is completely broken for me. I'm trying to recover it, but you're up.
Well, Zerg didn't notice any of this because he was still admiring the newly acquired Bone Fist. What was once sort of fear and annoyance is now kind of like, this is pretty fucking cool. I like this now. Hearing the Erebus cries from above, like, huh? What? And wide-eyed, almost excited, mostly angry, seeing the big boy. Is Bone Fist time to shine? What's the, that's a sudden charge range, which is exactly what I'm gonna do.
All right. So as you rush in.
This door's open, right? I can't.
Yeah. As you rush in, you run directly into an enormous, almost wall of putrid stench. You've smelled smelly Zolgath, but this is a large man with some large pits. I had a fortitude save.
29.
You're solid. You faced Trogs before.
Yes, this smell makes me more angry. And at the end of the charge, flying, leaping punch to its fucking ugly head. 20 even.
20 will land, but your fist just kind of hits. About his abs is about what you can reach, and just as he's holding Barkbeard up, he looks down, just kind of grins. 20's not gonna do it.
Okay, sudden charge is 2, so I still have 1.
One left.
What's this guy's size?
He is Larg.
Larg?
Which means you can do combat maneuvers against him because he's only 1 size bigger than you.
I can. I am going to grapple him. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to shove. I'm gonna shove him back.
Shove him back in the
room.
door. Okay.
Athletics?
Yep. Athletics is at a -5.
17. I might. You know what? Screw it. We've got him. We'll use him. 26.
26, 21 because it's a second
Oh,
attack.
25. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
21 as you shove against him. He'll just kind of plant his feet and you'll shove him back an inch or 2, but can't really get him to give much ground. This guy is gonna hold his turn in the back as he kind of turns towards the door to see what doesn't appear to be a huge problem, and just kind of raises a fist and cheers out in Undercommon, and Selwyn can hear, "Smash them! Break their bones!" Barkbeard.
I am. Well, this does not look good. I'm going to try and unwrap. As you'll see, physically uncurl the fingers from around them to break out of the grab.
Okay, and feel his little fingers back individually.
Athletics to break out?
Yes.
Only a 20.
A 20
So I'm
is
gonna
going
try again.
to fail. Okay, it does have the attack trait, so the second one's going to be -5.
I would really like to get out of. But that was a natural one.
With a natural 1, as he's got a good enough a grip on you, you can't even attempt to escape again. Critically failing an
crap.
escape means you can no longer try that turn.
So I'm actually going to root into his, like, kind of almost wrap around his hand and his arm, and get into mountain stance just by just. It's hard to hit
flying
me if I'm
mountain.
attached to you.
Mountain
That's-
fly, don't kick shame.
Selwyn.
Well, this is
Does someone want to go first? Or do I want to go first?
you
Oh,
go
yeah, it's
first.
up to you. It's
I'm
19, it's
chill.
up to you.
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
for it.
because mine's very easy. See this
Alright, go
spot
ahead.
right here?
Mhm.
That spot right there?
Oh
Fireball.
yes, yes.
Is it happening?
It's happening!
Do it!
The redemption arc.
No!
That is the, those numbers, dude! Oh, it
There's
just gets
no
worse
redemption.
the more I let stream see. Well, the fireball sails
Look at
in.
my
It is,
stream.
Why
it is
can't
gonna-
I use my hero points on it?
It's gonna catch everyone. So let me roll 3 big guy reflex saves. It's gonna be failure. The guy who hasn't gone yet is actually going to critically fail.
Oh,
It's good.
They're not
Imagine how much damage
fast.
there could have been.
And the priest is going to come through with just barely succeeding with a 23.
Wow.
So
What a loser.
she'll take 8 points of fire damage. The large man at the door is going to take 16. The large man who's watching will also take 16. It's doing the thing again, where all of their HPs are linked. Because roll 20 mechanics. So they fix that. And the northernmost one, who hasn't got an opportunity to react yet, is going to take 32 points of fire damage. They're pretty decent cooking.
And I look at the one that's holding Barkbeard. I would greatly appreciate it if you just kind of let him go, and I use the embers off the fireball to elemental toss on him
Yeah.
for a 29.
And,
Fireball doesn't have the attack trait
It does not. Nope. 29 will connect.
for 21 fire damage.
And with that, Sullivan.
Well, I will move out
Go in and
slightly
burn
to
him.
the open.
I need you to make me a fortitude save against his stench as well. And Barkbeard too, I forgot.
All right.
But what if I pretend like I didn't have to? 24.
You're good. You have 22 and
Wait.
24 both pass.
Sweet. I am going to cast telekinetic projectile
Alrighty.
on this evil truck here.
I don't want to go over there. He's big.
Well, it's also that the hallway is extremely filled.
It is indeed.
So, one of these days I'll set up the macro, but that's not today. 18. I have not rolled well this session.
18 is just going to glance across him.
Yep.
Barely not going to hit with the clumsy 2.
wow.
The other Zolgath up in the corner, as his fireball splashes across him.
Wait, actually, does 19 hit?
Does 19 hit?
Yes.
19 does.
Because I do have a bonus of a +1 that I may or may not have put in. Which
He's pretty
also
certainly got lesser cover from a guy above and a guy in front of him in the doorway as well. We'll call it a watch.
Alright.
So this one that just ate this whole fireball kind of staggers a bit, picks up his maul in both hands, and then thunders over towards the door, which is exactly 25 feet. And as Zala is kind of in the doorway, he drags the mallet behind him and then just kind of flings it up past the leg of the first one towards Zerg, calling out in Undercommon, "We will consume you! Back!" And
What's up with all the consume?
You definitely got cover from this, so you're gonna get +2 on your AC, Zerg, because you're pretty solidly around a corner from him. This Maul's gonna come up for a hero point. Villain point. My hero. From Jasteron. He is my
Nice.
hero at heart.
Nice. Use them up.
It's gonna come up for a 29.
Oy.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And this hammer slams into you for 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make me a fortitude save.
18. Fortitude save. And also, upon getting hit with that 18 damage, Zerg also lets out a little smile. It's fucking on.
Yeah.
As he
Yes.
rages out into ape mode. Fucking it, fuck you, but also fortitude save. Oh, 30. Ape doesn't give a shit.
As he slams, he puts a whole lot of force on his blow. Not really hitting you to do damage, but literally trying to launch you across the atrium with his mallet. But Monkey takes the hit and doesn't go anywhere. This front Trog, holding on to Barkbeard, does not speak common. He has no idea what you're saying, but he's gonna look out to you.
Can I
he's
translate real time?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You
I
want to get
will.
so you'll have to put him down in Undercommon.
Yep.
And he looks to you, gladly, and smashes Barkbeard into the floor. Make me a fortitude save.
15.
With a 15, as he smashes you into the ground, you're going to be slowed 1 from the force of the impact. You're also going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, as is the floor, destroying the tile underneath you. And as he pulls his hand back up and lets go, he grabs his maul, lines it up, and just smashes it down into you as hard as he can. Kind of hard for him to get an angle here, but he's gonna do his best. For a 22, you are still flat-footed.
So my AC is 24, so that would exactly hit.
That would exactly hit. So I need you to make
Okay.
another fortitude save. These guys are just here to do beefer stuff.
Okay, that's a 25.
As he tries to bat you back out into the room as well, you resist it, but you do take 22 points of bludgeoning damage from the mallet.
Okay.
And then the other one that is holding is going to step in. So they can all kind of fight together here. And he is going to step forward. The maul in one hand and his clawed hand in the other. Just back a little ways, a little bit of a safe distance, eyeing the doorway with the weapon in his hand up. As the punchy fist gets sustained, it is going to swing down at Ara again for a 34. You're muted, but
That
the
crits.
face. Okay, the face tells me a story. It's gonna punch you for 18 points of force damage. It doesn't punch catastrophically hard, but it don't feel great, certainly. Before she is going to cast a further spell. Incantation still completely inaudible over the smashing ruckus of 3 of these massive lads in the doorway here. And Zerg, through your rage, you're gonna feel a little something in your mind. Make me a will save.
Oh no. Oh no.
20.
Yeah, 20 is going to fail. And you hear this voice, a Trog clearly speaking in a language you don't understand, but it gets to you regardless. Flee. Run away. And, you gonna flee. Arbus.
Okay.
You see Zerg as he rages, kind of turn around a bit, fear in his eyes.
I am gonna hold out my hand towards Barkbeard, close my eyes, and some lightning is going to crackle up from the ground around him, putting him back together piece by piece. And as it does, you have visions of a girl holding out her hands in front of a tree as an older lady hits her with a cane repeatedly until lightning shoots out of her hands into the tree. You get 28 HP.
Whoa.
That's a heal.
That's
Got one
quite the
action
heal.
left.
Ah, shield.
Shield up. So Zerg, as this kind of grips your mind here, you are going to run away. But about as you get to Arabis and see her raising her shield, some amount of fear in her eye as the gorilla seems to be fleeing. You come to grips with yourself. You shake it off. You have 2 actions left.
Oh, don't like that. Taking advantage of Monkey Man. Shaking it off. And I'm going to use the distance to run up, charge, and then once again end with a big old monkey fist to the wherever I can reach.
Flying in.
With all of that monkey fucking energy, momentum running up.
He just gave you the run up.
He just gave me a run up for 23.
23's gonna land. He's pretty
Ooh.
big. He's just a huge pile of muscle. He's got a loincloth and no other armor. He's just only got sheer bulk.
18 bludgeoning damage.
A solid slam. Barkbeard.
Big old monkey fucking.
You're slowed, so you have 2 actions.
Yeah. So you see Barkbeard, like life kind of thrumming through him as this electricity comes through him. And it would be in an extremely serious voice. The Valatur gives me power. Through suffering comes strength. And just whomping, just 2 whomping throws here. And he seems to be like just surging through this power. So first one's 30.
Surging indeed. That'll definitely hit.
Surging indeed. And then the second one is a 27.
That hits too.
And then
And that's
then
12
he just,
and 12 damage. With those 2 blows, you are going to beat down the first of the hulks in the doorway to a mass of muscle on the floor.
and then just
that
like a
sound.
huge. Yes, quite that, and a huge shield, just the bark weaving together to make just a wall in front of him, just comes up to block the door. It's just shield up. I didn't actually block the door.
No, you're good. Ara.
Bibbity bobbity boop. She's casting magic. I can cast magic too. I'm going to reach spell, produce flame. Tried and true method to hit the caster in the back for 23 to hit.
23 will absolutely connect.
For 16 fire damage.
Alrighty. As that strikes her, she kind of reels back a bit, putting a hand up to defend herself. Clearly quite frail. Selwyn.
Alright. I will move the here, and I will electric arc these 2.
Ooh, you can draw it across the large lads.
Yes, I would like to go for the large lads
Alright.
in the best way I can.
Well, the best way you can is the thing where they don't get reflex, or they get reflex saves because they're not great
Exactly.
at that.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a 14 and a 16.
Alright, they both take 12 damage.
Failing pretty soundly. The first is gonna throw a look of fear and concern down before hulking up, just stepping over the body of his fallen comrade. You hear him in undercommon. Weak! Weak, you have fallen to these small things. And pull up his mallet again and just bring it down two-handed on top of Zerg. For a slammin' 22.
I catch it above my head and throw it to the side. No dice, motherfucker.
The other one is gonna step forward and once again reach out with his free hand, swiping a meaty clawed fist down towards Barkbeard with a 28.
And that'll hit.
And he is gonna pick up where his fallen comrade left off, lifting you up in a fist. You're small and easy to grab as you take
That's true.
14 points of slashing damage. The priest in the back continuing to maintain the fist as this spiked phantasmal gauntlet just swings down onto Ara again and again for a 29. You muted.
That hits.
I was like,
That
I'm
hits.
almost positive it hits, but for
Yeah.
11 more points of force damage. Before she continues weaving another spell back behind the lines here. Drawing away many of the burns that you have cast across her body as her magic heals her. And as roll 20 is completely frozen, again, roll a
of course.
d8 here. It's a 4. Healing her for 12. Harbus.
I'm gonna rush up behind Ara here and put both my hands on his back and attempt to channel some of my my energy into him, battle medicine him to keep him in the fight. So let's see here. Expertly, as most likely I almost always do, with a 31.
Critically
Where should I-
succeeds.
Yeah.
4d8 plus 10 health with a single action.
Oh yeah.
Keep the artillery alive.
There you go. 27 HP.
And we do have one more action left, too.
And with my hand's still on him, I'm gonna guidance him and say, "Save our friend Zara. Stormlord is with us."
All right, Zerg.
Zerg still angry, Zerg still punch, Zerg get him with the big AP bone fist. 22.
22 hits.
Love it. 12 bludgeoning bone fist attack damage.
All right.
Bone fist. Yes.
Bone fist attack damage. The best kind
And
of damage.
immediately follow up with a second. 19.
19, however, he is going to be able to barely shunt aside.
And as he comes in the second bone fist attack, he throws my fist to the side, twirling big 8-man around for a backhand with the left fist. 21.
21 hits.
Bang! Get
The
him.
giant gorilla bone fists now.
19 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, that's
Used his own momentum against him.
a solid 31 points of damage across 2 hits. You just pound into him. Barkbeard being lifted once again.
Again, I'm going to grab the fingers and start bending. I'm going to grab one of them and just start bending it back and see if I can just break one of these fingers off. It's slippery, very difficult, very difficult. So the
Damn
second
it.
one I'm trying to do, yes. Okay, so the second one I managed to finally get some leverage here.
Wait, so you're hitting him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to escape. All right.
No. I'm just trying to make him think twice about grabbing me. If his fingers
just
are broken,
breaking his
he'll have
Okay,
less
fair.
incentive to grab me.
So the second one, 25 will hit. I was like, wait, you can't try again because you critically failed the first one. But okay.
No.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes, and then I'm just going to keep bending fingers back. With only a 13, and then the last one, only a 9. Okay, well, it's okay.
Yeah, so just ripping at his hand, dealing some amount of bludgeoning damage here. Ara.
Well, seeing that Barkbeard is once again in the predicament I don't like, we're gonna start with a produce flame on him, on the giant holding
On Barkbeard.
Please.
Yeah,
For a
on
natural
Barkbeard.
20.
Ah, very nice.
Oh, that'll do it. All right, so that will critically scorch him.
Yes, now he takes 3d4 persistent fire damage.
And 34 regular fire damage.
Yes. I would greatly appreciate it if you let him go.
And he's
As
very
I-
on fire.
Elemental toss for more fire. Oh. That's a 14.
Did you
Yeah,
use your-
follow-up not going to land, but he is burst into flames at this first hit. Selwyn.
Yes. Well, he bursts into flames. What happens next will shock you. Let's try that again.
Okie
I guess
dokie.
another electric arc.
Yeah, I got you. It'll be a 25 from the top one and a 17 from the very distracted and on fire one.
So the very distracted on fire takes 13 damage,
Okay?
and the top one takes half, so 6.
6. So at this point, they're
And-
both looking pretty crippled and weak. You got one action left.
Yes, I do. And I will. Which one's looking the healthiest still? That's the top one, yes?
It's pretty even, honestly. They're both.
Okay.
They're both their health bars look like the one you can see.
Yeah. And I'll, in the most mocking tone I can from behind my mask, I'll go, consume. Fuck you. 28 to intimidate him.
All right, he's a little frightened now. He's a bit frightened. But the one
Also
up
for the top one.
Oh, the top one, my mistake. Okay,
Yep.
so the top one on your left in the doorway here. He's hurting. He's really hurting. And he's also frightened. And he is going to land one more big, mighty maul blow onto Zerg Batsky here for a 25.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Which is going to deal 20 points of bludgeoning damage. I need a fortitude save from you as well. They're pretty big lads.
I realized I didn't put on my
Very big.
temporary health. I don't know how much to put on.
Oh, how much do you get normally?
That's
So
28.
it's
on
level
fortitude
plus-
save, by the way.
20, so 10. It's 10
You
health.
get 10. So we would have taken 10 from that functionally is what happened.
Cool.
And with a 28, still you're not sent across the room before he is going to retreat.
Meaning I can follow.
Meaning you absolutely can. You can either strike him or follow. You can use attack of opportunity or no escape. It's dealer's choice.
Oh, I'll strike him before he gets a chance to move. 21.
21 hits. You could bring him down with this punch as he moves to right here.
19.
That's a pretty healthy roll that'll absolutely do it. As he goes to flee,
Knockout.
He
you
turns to
seize-
run.
Nice.
No, dude, this is your hit. I was setting you up for it, but you go.
As he turns to run, Zerg grabs the back of his leg, pulls him back, and smashes his face into the ground.
Jesus, the brutality is fantastic.
The second here, holding onto Barkbeard, is gonna slam him into the ground again. And Barkbeard needs to make me a fortitude save.
I'm more ready this time.
Yeah, you're a little more acclimated after what happened the first time. So as you hit the ground with pretty impressive stunning force, you are going to take 17 more points of bludgeoning damage, but it is not going to stun or slow you here. And he's going to keep a hold of you, maintaining his grip with a 33.
And that I'm 23, so I guess that crits.
That critically succeeds. So you kind of brace yourself for the slam, and you're not stunned or anything, but as he kind of slams you to the ground and readjusts his grip, he's got his fingers around you, and you're now restrained. The only actions you can take are to attempt to escape. And then with his other hand, he's going to slam his maul down on Zerg as he desperately tries to maintain the doorway here. Smashing for a 21.
And once again, my big monkey paw just smashes it out of the way.
And he's just kind of panicking in the doorway here, just like just slamming on the people in front of him because, again, he's on fire. How much damage does he take?
From me?
From Ara.
It's.
I was gonna say I didn't
four.
hurt him.
Yeah, roll me your
roll.
fire damage, bro.
5.
Lucky.
5 points of fire damage, and then does it end? No, still on
It
fire.
never ends.
The caster in the back here is going to continue maintaining her fist because she has realized that there is a problem and it's the one person that can reach her, which is going to strike down again for a 31.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Striking you for 16 points of force damage. Before she actually retreats, disappearing back into the darkness after her incantation. And you can hear now there's not nearly as much slamming here in the doorway because there is only one of these lads left. Glypeus! As she staggers away. Arbus.
I see he's really wounded. And
He's very hurt and still totally on fire.
Yeah. And I just almost just want to see him dead at this point. Just throw my hands out and just chuck a lightning arc at him. Just try to put him down so we can get to the caster.
All right, he is going to get a 21 on his reflex save.
That's a fail.
Failing.
Nice.
That's 16 max electric arc damage.
And what happens to him?
Just starts, electric. You can almost see a skeleton through his body as he's getting cooked, and he just timber into the ground.
Leaving you with one action left.
Run up behind Barkbeard.
All right, Zerg. Now, there is a humongous mountain of dead trog flesh in front of you, and that area is most certainly difficult terrain. Debatably greater difficult terrain, honestly. But,
the
definitely
terrain
difficult
shouldn't
terrain.
matter a great deal to Zerg. Really? Should it? Oh no, combat climber is just I can fight while I'm climbing.
Right.
What am I trying to get? I can't really see into the room because of the pile
Yeah.
of bodies.
Also, and she's fallen back into the darkness. This room was pitch black when the door was open, and the only light emanating into it really is Selwyn's cantrip from Barkbeard himself.
Zerg is going to just run forward in an attempt to clear the bodies and create like a fleshy pathway.
Okay,
And
so
into the
give
room.
me athletics to shove.
Still raging. 33.
33, I will definitely let you shove up 10 feet and move, clearing some amount of a path through the heap of bodies here and leaving you with 2 actions.
Do I it says I have to attack if there's... I'm just trying to get the... I
Yeah,
have
you're raging.
much. I'm still
you
learning
just
how
don't
to
know where
rage.
she is. Like, she's off in the darkness. You know she's there, so you're definitely still raging. You just don't know where exactly she is.
I guess I'm going to blindly sudden charge up to here
Nice.
and take a swing at the air.
As you rush forward, you stumble a bit at the end, tripping upon what appears to be a small set of steps, but swinging out into the darkness. Make me your attack roll.
25?
And then roll me a flat concealment check, so it's just a d20. If it's 50-50, 11 plus a success.
Don't tell me she's actually there. Oh.
3.
And you're gonna catch nothing but darkness in front of you, enraged gorilla hands swinging wildly. Barkbeard, suffice to say, you are no longer restrained.
Aha! And I would look at Arbus, who moved up next to me, and I'd be like, well, the fight must go on. And I'm going to sprint in also, following Zerg. And 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can move, even in mountain stance, I can still move 30 feet per turn.
Okay.
Or per action. So can I get all the way up here?
You were from 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. You can get here.
Okay.
Every
okay,
other
so,
diagonal is 10. Or, well,
okay,
or other 10, 20. Yeah, it's faster to go around the bodies than over them.
Okay. I'm going to, now that I have provided light, I am going to shield and then take cover.
All right. Defending yourself up as well as you can. Ara. As Barkbeard's light comes into the room, it reveals this raised dais. A set of steps Zerg is swinging wildly up onto, about 3 feet above the ground, with a mahogany pulpit atop it. And as I described before, it would just now realistically be revealing the debased fresco across the back wall. The priest appears to be skittering along the side of the dais, running around behind it.
I move 35 feet up into the room and produce flame.
The same
On
thing we do
priest.
every day, Pinky.
Yeah. One trick pony. Is it fiery? Let's do it.
Oh,
Natural
it
20
is fiery.
Oh, it's very fucking fiery.
for 15 fire damage to 30 fire damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 30 points of fire damage as you blast her. Selwyn.
All right.
Oh shit. She's not in range, actually.
Okay.
I'm off by 1 square.
Do you want to? Do you change something, or you?
Is there a way I could have gotten in range? Because I just moved around the bodies.
Depends. What did you start
I
from?
don't think so.
Right here.
Because that would be
Then
20,
no.
30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
I'll... Chat? We let him have it? Do we give it to him, chat? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Honest mistake. But he's not in range for the natural 20 produce flame. Crit ye. Squid up. Chat's got you
Yeah.
other than just specifically Ghost of Azan. We'll give it to
right.
him. We'll give
That's
it to
right.
him.
I love you, Ghost of Azan.
There's no, yeah, they're all for it.
I will double move to right here, which will be exactly my movement, given Aura's being in the way.
Okay.
Thank you, Fleet. Great feat. And wow, it's so weird not being flanking with me.
Forgot how to
Where's my flank up, bro?
flank.
Yeah, where's my flank with me? Anyway, I'm just gonna stab normally. I feel really sad about it. Not that sad.
When's the last time that
30.
A
Wow, that's the first
30
time I've
is-
seen that.
absolutely going to connect, and this magical shield she has up, she's going to move with her hand in front of it, in front of your blow, and your sword is just going to crash through. Oh, it's not. It actually doesn't break it. It's going to glance off. Its hardness 10.
Oh, nice.
So she, very fortunate, her thing is exactly the hardness that it needed to be to not get terribly smashed, is going to turn and reach out to you with a hand, incanting Effundi Vitam. She doesn't so much as touch you as just moves her hand towards you, and as she does, her hand kind of glows with black and white swirling energy. And Zerg, from your angle, you can almost see energy siphon out from Selwyn into the priest.
Oh.
And
I know what she's casting.
this is interesting because it has neither a hit roll nor a save. It just does its thing.
Yeah.
You are going to take 18 points of negative damage, and you see this energy siphoning into her revitalize her a bit, touching up some of her wounds as she continues to run further back behind the dais here. Arvis.
I am going to use 2 actions to get up to Barkbeard. And then with the third, as I look around for where she went, I am going to put my hands on his shoulders and try to channel some energy into him as I battle medicine him. Keep him in the fight.
Survive.
Survive, please. Okay. That's a 30 medicine check again. Is that a critical success?
That is, in fact, a critical success.
Man. The Stormlord is with me.
48 plus 10. Getting them big ol' heels.
For 30.
That's a
big
good
ol'
heal.
heels.
That's meaty. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I don't think you have many people left in the party that are still valid tokens for battle medicine at the moment. I think you hit most of them by now. Zarg!
I'm still valid.
Zerg. This is the fucker here, right?
Yeah, she's back behind the dais.
Zerg is going to move up to the edge.
And as you pass the pulpit, you can
Oh,
barely,
boy,
with your
again.
low light vision, see a smirk spread across her face as energy unleashes. A swirl of spectral visages of all nationalities and cultures swirling around the pulpit and the dais itself in a whirling, ethereal tornado of energy. It manifests almost instantly in a spectral minister just in front of Zerg as he charges. Everyone else sees this. Zerg almost sees it as if it's not even in front of him, as if it's just a part of his vision, of his awareness. His face is constantly changing from priest to priest to priest, and he's delivering fervent exhortations, condemnations to your faithlessness. Make me a will save, Zerg. She has baited somebody onto the dais,
27.
and he doesn't give a shit. He's
What
too
an
mad!
Yeah. And what an in-character thing, too.
Absolutely. Okay.
As he rushes through it, she sees this spectral minister appear, and Zerg run through it entirely unbothered. The smile fades immediately.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And how big is she like, in stature?
She's probably about maybe like 5'3", 5'4". She's definitely the smallest Trog you've seen, both in height and that she is very thin.
I
So
would like
she's-
to attempt to grapple and pick them up.
Okay. Give me athletics check.
25.
A 25 will succeed. You do what the giant trogs in the doorway have been doing to Barkbeard.
Yes,
You
I sympathize with that.
reach down, grab her, and lift her up in front of you.
And what kind of a roll are we looking at for a slam back down?
Just give me an unarmed attack.
Choke slam.
29.
Oh, Jesus.
Is your second attack.
Oh shit, is it?
So it's a 24, but
Yeah,
with
'cause
the
athletics
flat,
is, yeah.
athletics and grappling is an attack. With the 20, it's a 24, which absolutely still connects. Well, of course she does.
With a
You can't miss the
19
floor.
bludgeoning as she meets the floor.
You slam her to the ground. Barkbeard. Do you have low light vision?
Me?
Yeah.
She's have low light vision.
Okay,
Do they?
so you
Yeah,
can
I
clearly
guess
see
they do.
Zerg in the distance, pick her up and just slam it right into the ground. He's like, the ground is 3
"Thanks,
feet below
Zerg!"
your feet, so you're bent all the way over, just beating her on the tile below.
I'm going to run with alarming speed once again, run around the side here. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to be almost like dragging along the ground, picking up rocks. And as I get there, I will just slam into her.
Alrighty.
Let's see. With a 26
26 hits.
and another 26.
26
Oh my.
has not stopped hitting. And with those two blows, as she's slammed into the ground here, she is just barely still conscious, almost limp in Zerg's hands.
And it was 2 moves to get over there, and then the flurry of blows.
Ara.
This time Aura is going to be in range. The pulpit looks the looks very scary. But
And
I'm
how
in
tall
range.
are you? It's 3 feet tall, the dais.
Is it 3 feet tall?
It's I think it's taller than you.
Oh, then I'm gonna move. Can I see around to here? Eesh.
Cover, but
I
I'll
mean,
give it to you.
she's not laying down, is she?
Well, she got slammed back down to the ground. Yeah, and she's taller than the dais, but she is largely slammed into the ground right now. I'll cover, but definitely I'll give it to you.
Because I'm only 2 foot tall. First, my height. Do it.
I'm so sorry, Colby. Sometimes the dice are just really all for one person to have. And I guess that person's just mono today.
It's
Yeah.
all mono.
He took everybody's dice. So
I'm happy to be carried by the mono train. In fact, allow me to demonstrate by walking around this dice and missing twice.
Oh, calling his shot. I love it.
Well, see, it's the perfect crime. Either I get to say all me after doing absolutely nothing this entire fight,
Don't you?
or I miss twice, and, you know, shit happens. Alright, 27 in the first hit. I think she's dead.
that's definitely going to be the all me side of things there, 100%. No
And I'm
fucking
really happy,
question.
yeah.
What happens to her?
I run over, and still sad about my somersault from earlier. I do a repeat, hub over, drop one of my swords in the air, and just slam down and twist it.
And she's just not even awake enough to defend herself anymore, barely conscious in Zerg's enraged grip. You run her through, and the life leaves her body entirely. Zerg's still got her, but she is-
Before monkey form recedes, I just take the body and fling it to the side effortlessly.
and she just crumples
Yeah.
into a heap here on the northern side of the room. The north side of the dais, rather.
I recast Frederick. It's very dark in this room. Arbus
Frederick
can't
does-
see.
Frederick does very much seem like he'd be helpful here, as it's a quite large, dark chamber. But as Barkbeard has come now to the eastern side, with these trogs defeated and this fresco largely revealed, you can see more of what it actually was, what it had once depicted. It shows what must certainly be Erodin. Anyone among you, trained in religion or not, you don't have to be a Christian to recognize a picture of Jesus, would recognize Erodin engaging in several tasks spread across this curved back wall. To the left, battling a necromancer and his undead hordes. In the middle, his hands raised as the Starstone Isles themselves rise from the seas, water shedding from every side. And to the right, standing atop a mountain, with his hands outstretched forwards towards your view, his head wreathed in blue flame. This is all clearly visible underneath the scrawled tar and old blood finger paints that the Trogs have brought in here, that seem to be attempting to replace the Moonstone Hall's story with their own. It first shows a reptilian humanoid. This drawn still certainly not the Mona Lisa, but with much more skill and effort and ability than the stick figures in the atrium. A reptilian figure climbing a tunnel from the depths to view the surface of the world. The next, reaching to snatch a small ball from a tower drawn onto the Starstone Isles in the second picture. And then the third, crushing it in his fist. This last one is repeated 4 times in a pile on the right side of the fresco with slightly different looking towers scattered all around and across Erodin's torso and his face, before a final scene below at the foot of this mountain upon which Erodin stands, of dead trees and skulls piled around his mountain.
I will pull out one of my vials and dump it over the priestess.
I want to take the priestess tiara.
As you pick up her tiara and look it over, it is finely wrought of silver. It is exquisitely made by any standards, not just Strog's. This is a fantastic work, and it is set in the front and the sides with more small but cracked moonstones. It's probably worth about 40 gold in its current state.
Selwyn,
Yep.
you're yelling at me about wasting money, right?
Yeah.
Here. I tossed the tiara at her.
All right, but still don't stop wasting those fucking scrolls.
You were dying.
I wasn't
walk
that
away.
dying.
I'll walk away.
I'm killing that fucking plant. I'll put him in a dark room, see how long he survives with photosynthesis.
About 7 days.
Okay.
So-
well,
With this chamber now silent and really almost entirely, truly silent, an almost oppressive silence this deep in Moonstone Hall with no massive trogs fighting against you. You're left with not much but the corpses of those you've defeated and the pulpit up on the dais. All of you saw what happened when Zerg neared it. Clear as day.
I vote we do not go on to this because it looks like it's horrible.
What were they trying to do?
I don't know, just yelling mostly. That I could see, I don't know.
The dead trogs, one of the massive dead trogs, would visibly have a glyph of some kind that had been drawn on his forehead in still not fully dried blood. And the start of that would be upon the seconds.
Can you read that, Selwyn, or is that
Maybe.
a
Can I read that?
language?
It's not a language, no, it's not words. But if you're trained in religion, you could certainly give me a check.
in that case, then I'll do just that, because I am in fact trained in religion. Let's see, where you at religion? 29.
Solid. You would be able to identify, based on what you saw when the doors had first opened and what's here, that it appeared to be a religious ceremony of some sort. As far as you can tell, the glyph drawn on one of the Trog's heads doesn't have any significance that you know. It doesn't bear any magical power. This was a purely symbolic ritual they were undertaking.
That's kind of lame. I'll relate it to the party, alongside with it's kind of lame, because it's mundane.
Yes, I was expecting them to turn into something else, or I don't know. I agree. It was rather lame. That next way, you could have at least, I don't know, spruced it up for us or something.
I mean, I could have.
Are they? I mean, these are some absolute units, these lads.
But it would have been cooler if they were in the middle of a ritual to
Become even
morph
larger.
them in. Yes, quite. You can never be quite large enough.
I
a
love
spell
their
for that.
mallet, man. Just literally blood flying off of it, splattered all over their leg and their arm. They're so upsetty.
Ooh. The hairpiece, though, that's where it's at right there.
That's pretty epic.
That is
pretty
a
epic.
mohawk.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
So not
black
as good as
hawk.
ours.
Really, yeah. Is it even a mohawk if it doesn't go down to your mid back?
Jesus, that's
So I
metal.
misspoke slightly. The Megatrogs are actually completely naked. They don't even have loincloths.
Of course.
I must ask, and I do it for the sake of the chat, do they have giant cocks?
There is no way they don't.
I mean, they're lizards, so it might be internal.
Yeah, I mean, they are lizards, so they don't have big old dicks just to flash
Yeah,
them as
but
they're
notice
fighting
how
you.
the art's turned intentionally.
But I did. That was what made me notice. Is
The
that
Magnum Dong.
I did definitely notice the art is actually turned away. So maybe
Oh, Jesus.
because they're lizards, but they're also men. They're Trog men. They are butt ass naked. Horrible.
Gross.
I
realization.
respect it.
Really reflavors a lot of that fight we just had. But they have literally nothing save their giant mauls, which a cursory examination appears to show they're completely non-magical. The priest, we're adults.
Little children.
The priest,
Children. All children.
the priest
Giant
though
balls.
does have a little bit more, in addition to the circlet that she had perched upon her head. She also has a very thin, almost veil-like red gown drawn around her body that drapes almost to the floor, as well as a spiked gauntlet strapped to one hand that looks pretty much identical to the one that she had summoned up to beat the shit out of Ara. Finally, she has around a small string, just a simple piece of twine on her neck, a stone-carved symbol of a tentacle that whirls back over itself and ends in a large talon.
I feel like they have the anatomy wrong.
Would I have
have-
identified that before as the holy symbol of what's his name?
Zevgavizet. Yeah, you made that check before. You would
Consume.
recognize that as
Yeah.
an unholy symbol of Zevgavizet.
Right, of course. The same thing, really.
Now, your cantrips would reveal that both the circlet she wore, as well as her gauntlet, are magical.
Not the red cloak, though.
The red cloak seems to be purely ceremonial.
Oh.
I walk back over to Selwyn. So can I have the circlet back?
So you gotta keep wasting scrolls?
I gave half from the Arabis already.
I have
That's not a waste. No, I know. I'm aware.
I won't waste them.
No, it's just emergencies only? Yeah? Sound good?
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. I'll hand him the tiara.
Walk back away.
Alrighty. So
And
Zara
I know
sits,
for a fact that plant has learned nothing.
Zara sits to identify this tiara, and somebody else would work to identify the gauntlets. The healing, if we are to stop to heal, which I figure we probably are, is something
Yep.
that we can pick up on next week. And no one was really dramatically injured from that, so I figure you'd be able to spend 30 minutes probably just topping everyone off. I figure we're reaching the point with your medicine checks out of combat that they're good and consistent enough. Your medicine skill's high enough that if you have 30 minutes and nothing's going to happen, we don't
Right.
necessarily need to roll out. Like, I'll just put an amount of time it takes to heal up the rest of the party. We don't have to roll out the medicine checks every time. Obviously, it doesn't apply to battle medicine. But the identifications, however, Ara is going to be looking at the circlet. Is anyone going to be looking over the spiked gauntlet?
I can. Religion?
What's your religion again? 10?
12.
12? Oh, glad I asked. With a 12, as you look this over, you can tell that a pair of glyphs set in the palm of the gauntlet give the glove its power, but not just kind of first go at identifying magical runes. You're not entirely sure what they are. Ara, are you 12 as well for your nature?
Correct.
As you look over this circlet here, this appears to be some kind of telepathic link. You can tell that this diadem has a connection to other artifacts of its kind. And though this one is damaged pretty severely and not entirely functional anymore, at some point it allowed the bearer to communicate at what may have been any distance with other wearers of the matched diadems.
Selwyn,
Yeah?
it lets people talk
It lets people talk.
over very big distances. This one's broken.
So, did this... What do you mean? Is there like a thing that lets them talk over distances? Is there another catalyst? Is just anyone?
It's part of a set.
I see. And is it repairable?
Probably.
We can look into that later for sure.
Now, from this chamber, you can see now that there were 2 further doors, one to either side of the pulpit, that led to the north and south wings of the Moonstone Hall, much like mirroring the 2 hallways that you had passed when you first entered. But what lies beyond those depths is certainly something that is going to be left for next week. As I think, having battled our way through the front door and then directly into the worship hall to fight some very large lads, and having emerged gloriously victorious, man, I don't even know, from like making a highlight out of this video perspective, what fucking Zerg moment to go with.
All of them. Just like have a highlight reel of like all of the
just a super cut of Zerg winning at everything for the entire session. I have never seen
the Apollo landing theme, like
I've never seen one man siphon so much RNG from an entire group.
I'm sorry, it was about time.
No, you got to go.
It was good. It was good.
You went nuts this session.
I got them last week.
Yeah, there was some, lower points for T-Full's rolls in there for sure. But as a solid foothold into Moonstone Hall, what are they using it for and what are they doing is still a question mark. But clearly they have quite a force here. And they've brought high priests. They've brought massive hulking mutant trogs that tower head and shoulders over the rest of us. They have trogs here far more powerful than anything we've faced before. But really, that just means Zerg's going to get more satisfaction smashing them.
Exactly.
I see this as an absolute win. Friends, we technically got a couple minutes left here, but I don't know that there is really much more we can dive into with 3 minutes. And as much as I love to leave you guys on great cliffhangers. Honestly, sometimes you can just end them on a W. You guys smashed that encounter. That 3 spine snappers and the priest was one of the ones that I was worried was pretty killy in this dungeon.
Well, I think if we would have let him get into the room with us, or vice versa, if we didn't fight it in the doorway, it might have got really scary.
It worked out. Shoutouts to Barkbeard and Zerg passing every single fortitude save to not get smashed 10 feet back into the room, and make room for the spine snappers to come through and start snapping spines. But Shenmue, I am going to show you something. I'm going to show all of chat something, but it's largely targeted at Shenmue because this is the kind of thing that he will thoroughly enjoy looking at because I know you. So. Can't zoom in any more than this. All right, that's cool. I'll crop the window then. You want to see true poetry?
Yes.
So one of the things that Paizo's done a great job with in second edition, in addition to honestly pretty much everything, second edition's been just absolute fire so far. I really love it. Is the names on some of their special abilities. You want to see? The ability that the spine snappers were using to body slam Barkbeard?
Oh, please show me.
I can only put it on stream, so you're gonna have to open the stream up and look. I got no way to show it on the real 20, but I think you already know. I think you already know.
I think I might have said it.
I think you already know.
I did say it. When they put him into the ground, I was like, choke slam.
The ability is literally called choke slam.
That's fucking fantastic. Somebody's a wrestling fan over there, that's for sure.
Who is it?
Paizo.
Wow.
Paizo, you make me so happy. You've given us such a beautiful gift. Thank you for coming, chat. Thank you all for being here. We will see you all with another episode of the Extinction Curse next week. Same time, same place, right here. If you want to catch the rest of the campaign as well as our other campaign we're running over on the Paizo channel, youtube.com/2perception has the entire catalog of all of our 2Perception activities, complete with all the highlights that may come through on the breaks. Also, we got a second campaign that does happen. It's Paizo sponsored over on their official channel on Saturday afternoons playing Age of Ashes, the other adventure path that exists. Plug. I think that's everything. I do my normal stream tomorrow.
Bye.
I will see you guys later. Good night, everybody.
Bye.